Greetings and salutations. Excuse me. Greetings and salutations. AW Lights. Hey, your host, AW Aaron Warrior. What's up on this Sunday? Just gotta watch a crazy ending to the Buffalo Bills Detroit Lions game. What a game. 48-42. What an offensive juggernaut game, man. Nobody wanted to play defense. Just finished that. Getting to the Sunday night game now. Green Bay and Seattle. Yeah, NFL. But while I do that, while I watch the game, I don't need a freaking commentary on, well, watch the game and doing the stream. I'll be talking about Clayface again. Clayface. Yeah, the man with the Clayface. But I'm talking about the Campster and Grace Randolph. John Campea and Grace Randolph. Double duty. Double duty. Um, I'm not sure how long the Grace Randolph video is. Your Seahawks are not winning a Super Bowl. For some reason, I cannot see you in the chat. I don't know why you're not. I mean, I can see you on YouTube. On YouTube, I just can't see you in the chat screen. Let me see something. Okay, I don't know why I can't see you in the chat on the in the restream, whatever. But I definitely could see you on the YouTube chat. Okay, make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below, please. That's just weird as hell. I'm sorry. Clayface is so Clayface. Yeah, we know Clayface. I talked about it for the past few days. Clayface is greenlit for the DC studios, DCU studios. Mike Flanagan's gonna write, and Matt Reeves is executive produce. So we know that. Been talking about for the past few days about that. It's all right, and we know it's coming out in 2026, September 11th, 2026. All right, all right. What's up, Hunter Iggy? I can't. I don't know why I can't see everybody's. See it? I don't know. Restream is acting up today, I guess. Whatever. Mm-mm. It's weird as hell, but okay, man. So yeah, we're gonna look at Grace Randolph and John Campea's thoughts on this. So double duty. Yeah, I haven't seen Craven, so I can't talk about Craven. I mean, yeah, I could talk about how shit it is, but I haven't seen it for myself, and I want to roast it. But when I'm able to see Craven, I'll talk about Craven and roast it myself. When I'm able to see it, roast the hell out of it. Okay, but we're gonna talk about this first. Yo, Derpy. All right, so I hope you're all doing good, man. I really do. So I can't see everybody in the chat. The chat is, I don't know why it's not working. But whatever. We're gonna but I'm pretty sure the stream's gonna. Okay. So we're gonna look at the Campea first. Okay. We're gonna look at Campea first. Campea, then Grace. So I'm gonna pull up Campea right here. I'll be right back. Okay. Here we go. Campea right here, okay? And I'm gonna pull down the banner. Alright. Also invite. I don't know where Blind is. He's been very quiet today. We probably know why Blind has been quiet. But this is what we're going to talk about tonight. So, yeah, look at Campea is about to pick his nose. He's about to pick his nose, huh? Look at that. He's about to pick his nose. It's funny. It's funny. Come on, you gotta admit it's funny. All right. So, all right. Like I said, yeah. Let me check. Oh, okay, Red. Okay. Walk it, Red. Whatever. All right. So, well, how long is this? 13 minutes, not 15. Okay.
Creature Commander right now. We got Superman coming. We got Brave and the Bold coming. All that kind of stuff. What?
Are you coming for Superman, John? Are you coming for Superman? Are you coming for Superman? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Might be next for the Elseworld stuff that James Gunn is putting together. We've got
to let you know. Okay, this video was made a couple days ago before it was confirmed for DCU. We know this is not an Elseworld movie, right? We know it's not an Elseworld movie. We know this is going to be part of the DCU now, right? So this video is older than the confirmation that's going to be part of DCU. I know that.
Matt Reeves's and Robert Pattinson's Batman. We've got this Penguin out there now. What else are they going to do? Well, now we know the next thing up. Clayface.
Clayface.
Being done by Mike Flanagan.
Mike Flanagan.
The guy behind The Fall of the House of Usher, which I...
Yeah, how about the fall? He's behind also the fall of House of Campea too. Also the fall of Campea. That's rumors. Okay. Behind that too.
I really liked Midnight Club, Midnight Mass, Haunting of Bly Manor, Dr. Sleep.
Look at that Clayface pick. He picks that.
Haunting of Hill House, Gerald's Game. I mean, he's one of the most sought after guys. Like it's names right at the top are guys like Taylor Sheridan, Mike Flanagan. Like these are the guys who are the hottest of the hot right now doing stuff. And he's going to be doing...
You hear that? Campea has a hot for Mike Flanagan. He finds him attractive. I'm kidding. Where's Degrassi? I'm surprised Degrassi's not in the chat yet. I'm surprised. Where is my buddy Degrassi? Degrassi, where are you, buddy? Okay.
A Clayface feature. This comes to us from Variety, who writes this. Fresh off the success of the HBO series The Penguin, DC Studios has officially greenlit a feature film centered around Clayface, the shape-shifting Batman villain from a script written by Dr. Sleep Flanagan, according to a source with direct knowledge of the production. Plot details are scarce, but filming is expected to begin early in 2025. Flanagan, who first pitched the DC shows on a Clayface project in 2023, tweeted in 2021 that he was, quote-unquote, really keen to do a standalone Clayface movie as a horror thriller tragedy. But of course, time he couldn't because he was super busy.
Guys.
But as
it's
a
gonna be Shakespeare-like
thriller
Queens,
tragedy.
New York. Hi.
Now, a lot of people I've already seen talking online is, does that mean he's going to pop up in a future Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson Batman film?
Well, the answer is no. The answer is no. He will not be in the Reeves Batman universe. We know that now because that's in the DCU. We know this movie to be part of DCU, James Gunn DCU. So it's not going to be the Matt Reeves universe. So let you all know. That's been confirmed. James Gunn confirmed it himself. Okay? Let you all know.
And I think we're missing the point. I don't think this Clayface movie is going to be in the DC. It's not going to be in Matt Reeves' Batman thing. It's going to be a true Elseworld standalone movie.
He's wrong. He's wrong. He is wrong. We know he's wrong now. It's not going to be a standalone movie in his own universe, his own world. Now we know it's in the DCU, so Campea is wrong there. But once again, I think he made this. I think he did a stream and trimmed out the segment from this stream before it's confirmed that he's going to be the DCU. So yeah, so don't give him. I'm not going to give him that hard. I'm not going to be hard on him for that because I knew that. But he's still wrong. Dead wrong.
Like the Joker.
Yeah, like the Joker.
Now, Matt Reeves is producing.
Yes, Matt Reeves is going to be.
But we don't know the director and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
Introducing Gemma in Google Slides.
I think we know who the director is going to be. It's going
AI
to be
that takes what you're envisioning and generates custom images with.
I think it's going to be Mike Flanagan.
I probably shouldn't say this out loud.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But there's gonna be an announcement at point of Matt Reeves being very involved in the overall. I'm just saying, just keep.
It's not an announcement. There's no announcement. It's really pretty much. See, Blinded is here. They said Blinded wasn't here. Yeah, Red told me you weren't here. You're gonna be busy. You're busy today.
No, I didn't actually go. Yeah, I had some issues, but yeah, I didn't stream either. So.
All right.
But I am playing Marvel Rivals right now.
Okay, Blinded. Let's let you know. This video that I'm looking at it's before that it was confirmed for DCU. Just to let you know.
Okay.
Okay. So
wait, what is it? What's going on? What's going on?
This video of John Campea talking about Clayface is before it was confirmed for DCU.
Okay.
Okay. So anybody like all right? So if you ask, if you find something outrageous, I just want you to know beforehand.
Okay. I might be slightly distracted, but
I'm not going to make a video with that in the title. I'm just saying, just keep your eyes open.
I saw what you did to Michelle Obama, man.
2020.
You embarrassed them on your YouTube channel, man. You saw a picture.
Oh yeah, because I got the MVP.
25. Just keep your ears open when something like that drops. Remember that you heard something. Anyway.
So you guys don't see me around much.
Anyway, just dropping that there. I've just heard some birds singing, and that's all. Nothing big.
Yeah, I think it's obvious.
Let's get back to main head.
Matt Reeves has a big role in the DCU and DC Studios in general, man, and Batman related. I think it's obvious. I think it doesn't take a block of science to figure that out. I think it's pretty clear that Matt Reeves has influence on Batman related stuff for DC Studios. Like, come on, it's obvious. It's obvious, Campster.
Headline here, though. First of all, Gerald's Game came out of nowhere and like.
Oh yeah, it was great.
That was a movie that was like a nothing little throwaway movie, right? And then people saw it and like, holy crap, have you seen Gerald's Game?
Yeah, when that like fairly consistent with good movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doctor Sleep is one of the most underrated films of the past 10 years.
Mike Flanagan is a good horror director, but his horror stuff is not. The things about his stuff, it's not really about the horror. It's actually about the themes. The themes in themes and the lessons of his stuff. It's more than just horror. It's actually more. It's like there's elements and themes and stuff that come out of his horror stuff.
Hmm.
All right. So that's why he's gonna do Clayface, because Clayface is gonna have a story.
And a sequel.
Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Aura. Let's be honest, what most people really want for the holidays is to see their favorite people more often. That's why this year, the best gift you can give, besides plane tickets, is an
care about
Aura
the-
digital picture frame. Named the number
Yeah,
one
skip
photo frame by
this.
Wirecutter,
Oh,
Aura
I thought it was
frames
ad
by
for
using
a second. I mean, his
It is
ad.
But I mean, I thought it was a wonderfully done movie, and then the popularity has just his popularity just increased with like Midnight Mass, Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah.
I really like the House of Usher, which no, it has nothing to do with Usher. For everybody who keeps asking that, nothing to do with Usher, but he's one of the hottest names out there right now. And for him to say, I want to do a Clayface that is a horror / thriller / tragedy. Is anybody want to put money that this is going to be bad? I mean,
no, yeah, no one is gonna bet that this is gonna be bad. That's
No.
stupid. That's insanely stupid. Now, would the movie do well at the box office? That's a different story.
Yeah, that is a really different story. That's
Yeah,
really,
because Clayface may be a beloved Batman villain, but he is not, I would say, a mainstream Batman villain. He's like on the edge of mainstream. He really needed a movie to appear in. So this could definitely boost his reputation. For sure.
yeah. This if it's good, only if it's
Right.
good, if it's solid, people like it. If people like it, that's it. Has to be success. It has to be like the Penguin and like the first Joker. Has to hit with the audience. If it's not, is people gonna care about Brave and the Bold? Like anybody gonna care about Brave and the Bold?
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing too. I assume Batman is not going to appear in this movie, but
Well,
he
that's
could be
stupid.
referenced.
He should appear.
Yeah, but I mean, I
Don't
don't
make
know.
this-
I doubt it. I really doubt he would appear in this movie.
Don't make the same mistake Sony is doing with Spider-Man, okay? I mean, who's gonna stop Clayface? Yeah, the point is to make him a tragedy villain, fall from grace kind of villain, where you can feel sympathy for him, but he's gonna be eventually he has to be stopped. And where you gonna have the police stop him? No, it has to be
Mhm.
Batman. It has to be Batman. And maybe it's not a bad idea to introduce Batman in this.
Yeah, in this movie, that might actually be a better idea.
Yeah.
But I just can't see them doing that because then that would require Andy Muschietti to now sign off on the casting. And again, like I don't really know about all of that. You know, I feel like there would be too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah, it's just that it's really, really weird sometimes, like, because it's just really, really weird not seeing the main hero, what Gotham's about, what everything is about, and Batman is the core to that. It's just, I don't know, like, it's really up to James Gunn, really, because James Gunn is the one that hires everybody, and I mean, is there any big? To get people, if here's the thing, to get people to if this movie is gonna, if there's gonna be rumors about the next DCU Batman, and people are going to spread whatever rumors about. Oh, they're going to reveal the DCU's Batman in this film. They're not going to announce it publicly through trades or anything. They're going to announce it through this movie. Will that get people to see this movie? Because I'm like you. What is it? Is this going to get a wide range of audiences? A wide range of audience. I mean, you're a comic book fan. I'm a comic book fan. Like people like us. People like us. But if you announce like Batman might be in it, if you just hint at Batman might be in it, you might get more people than you would than hardcores.
Right.
It's
I
because
think there is a possibility though that you can get the mainstream audience without Batman, and that is that the movie is a horror movie.
just introduce a new Batman in DCU, the Clayface movie. The only thing is,
That's
who
my
could
only
publish?
thing, right? I think if it's a
Yeah,
horror movie, like a straight horror movie, there's a possibility that it could do extremely well at the box office. And if it's a really low budget, I assume that it's also going to be the angle that they take.
we really haven't. You really haven't had a comic book movie in DC and Marvel where basically like
It's just like a straight up
sells
horror
itself as
movie.
sells itself as a horror movie. Yes, there has been like horror like things in some in Marvel and DC in the past, but it doesn't sell itself as like right like like
Hmm.
Agatha is technically kind of like it's not horror but it's dark comedy, but I mean it has horror themes like witches and stuff, right? Doctor Strange doesn't sell itself as a horror movie, but it could be perceived as a horror movie. It's just right like you
Hmm.
don't really or it sells itself as a horror movie. This might be the first. Like the Penguin, yeah, the Penguin's part of the Batman, but the Penguin sells itself as a crime drama, right? Like a crime
Hmm.
drama. Like, yeah, this is just the Batman. Well, we know the Superman trailer is going to happen on Thursday, I think. Yeah, that's all we know. I think.
Yeah, I think
See,
this movie
anything can be
just needs to
bad.
be
Steven
less Joker and more its
Yeah,
own thing. That's really what I hope. Like, don't go into that whole, okay, we're gonna explore Clayface and like obviously it's gonna be a character piece for sure, but I like to a certain extent it has to be. Especially if
yeah,
this is in the DCU, like you got to play up more of the fantastical angle for sure. Oh, damn, stupid
yeah.
Iron Fist.
This will be the fantastical Clayface. They pretty much cleared it. I mean, it says it's going to be shapeshifter, so it's DCU, so it's going to be fantastical. Like, it has to be. Why? I mean, that's what they said, right? It's gonna be a shapeshifter. I mean, no, because Clayface is in Creature Commandos, man. So we're kind of getting a glimpse of Clayface
Yeah,
in animation form. I think
right.
it's next episode, or so.
Yeah, I did see the newest episode by the way.
It's fun, huh? GI Robot.
Yeah, the GI Joe. Yeah, I was gonna say GI Joe. No, GI Robot.
I
Yeah,
agree. I agree. Cersei is kind of weak in this show. Whatever.
yeah. I mean, I think James Gunn explained. I don't really care. You know, like it's for the story, and I
I
think some
know.
people just always like focus so much on like the power scaling and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it doesn't necessarily
Well,
bother me.
the thing is, in the DCU, the power scale actually was important. Like, it was important. The characters like Superman and Black Adam were very powerful and almost unbeatable. It was very
Hmm.
important. Uh, where, where's Degrassi? Whatever.
Spielberg has made a bad movie. Like everybody makes bad movies. Like it happens.
Which
It'll happen
movie
to Mike
was
Flanagan.
that?
Which movie was that, John?
Which bad movie was that Spielberg
I
did?
don't know. I can't remember. I
Well,
can't.
You
It's
can't
John,
remember. I would say Bridge of Spies was like, eh.
it's
You
John
know what I
Camp.
mean? Like it was okay, but like not a great movie. BFG wasn't a great movie
No,
either.
it's John
Spielberg
Camp.
has made some bad movies.
Sure,
Let's
he
be honest.
has.
Yeah,
I mean, the amount of
like
movies
maybe
he
bad
made.
for Spielberg. You know, maybe for someone else it would be decent, but Oh shit, let's get in here.
For the amount of movies he's made, I mean, of course he's gonna have bad movies on his resume.
I would say there's, yeah, no one, I don't know, like, I'm sure to some people it'd be like, oh, you know, they have streaks, they haven't made a bad movie. But even Tarantino, Christopher Nolan has made bad movies. I mean,
Yeah,
so I wouldn't say that there's like one director out there that's perfect. I think that's a little ludicrous, to be honest.
I can't find a director who's had no bad movies. And
Yeah.
and it has to be a list. It can't be like a director who's done like 3 or 4 movies or 5 movies.
It's just that the people that we're talking about, their bad movies
Yeah.
would still be someone else's like good movie, a top tier movie, but it's still not. I don't know. I wouldn't say Tenet is a great movie by
There's
far.
one director you mentioned. That's Dave Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott has bad movies.
Yeah,
He's been having a string of bad movies.
yeah. There's one director. I mean, it's a good point where he's been having it in a row. It's been hitting in a row.
Hmm. Yeah.
All right.
I can't remember
Yeah,
which one
okay.
that was.
Yeah,
I'm not going to start that fight again.
yeah. Let's not.
He has terminal memory loss.
Oh, is there a specific movie Campea
watch
says
it,
is
you'll-
bad?
I
Is that
don't
the
know.
joke?
I don't know.
I think that's what they're referring to.
See.
I'm not hankering for.
Do I have to put it on it? Oh, okay.
So, but in seriousness, is Mike Flanagan doing a Clayface movie
No,
that he
this
says
is
is going to be
great.
a horror thriller tragedy?
Yeah.
Of course, it could turn out bad. It could, but does anybody want to put money on that?
No.
Certainly wouldn't.
I'm not jonesing to put money on that.
Any info yet on how to not get sprayed?
Still reading.
Your Chromebook Plus can sum it up fast.
Oh man, an ad.
Stupid.
An ad.
An ad, yeah. Look away.
If everyone
Holy
knows,
shit! I got a triple kill
That
right
was
there.
late.
Oh, nice.
Holy shit! That was
But
fucking
still in
insane.
time.
It was a
It
little
was
late.
late, but still in time.
Yeah. No, and okay. So this isn't going to be, well, our best guess, this is not in the
Matt Reeves
Reeves-verse,
Batverse. No.
and it's not going to be the DCU because
No.
typically
Well, yeah, it is not a DCU, but this video was made before. Confirmation on that. So I'll give you guys a free pass.
the gun is
But even if they didn't announce it, if they did announce it, I'd be like, what kind of idea would he give it? Why would it not be Why would it be Elseworld? Why? What logical reason would it be Elseworld? Why?
Hmm.
Why would he do Elseworld when you have kind of a hint of Clayface in the Penguin, and also Clayface is in Creature Commandos? Why would he think about doing a Clayface movie as Elseworld? You want to fucking even more confuse the audience, right?
Yeah,
Blinded.
that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's a
Uh-oh,
stupid
did
idea,
I glitch?
right? You want to confuse
Yeah,
the
that's a
audience?
dumb idea.
You want to confuse the idea even more? You know how we talk about that? Like, come on. You want to confuse the audience even more with 3 different Clayfaces and 3 different universes? Oh my God.
going to be the one who's going to announce the DCU proper films. So we get to see yet another take on Gotham, which is really cool to me.
No, we're not going to see another take of Gotham because we haven't seen the DCU take on Gotham yet.
Hmm.
We only see the Matt Reeves take on Gotham, but we haven't seen the DCU's take on Gotham.
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, you're right. Yep.
And we're not going to see a third take of Gotham because we know this film is not going to be an Elseworld story.
If it even happens with them,
That's true.
it may, like Joker, it may have no Batman connection whatsoever.
But Joker took place in Gotham! And no Batman connection. Yeah, Batman was in it, but it still had Gotham, it still had his parents, it still took place in Gotham, and I'm pretty sure this movie will take place in Gotham too. It's just This isn't freaking Venom, where Venom's gonna be in San Francisco, okay, or whatever, instead of New York. Oh, and by the way, Venom came from New York to San Francisco. Remember, he was originally from New York. So, this was
Was
he?
it?
Did you
I
just?
don't even remember that.
Yeah, remember in the third movie, he said, "Oh, back to New York."
Oh, I didn't
I
even
think he was
catch
just
that.
because he worked at Daily Bugle in New York, didn't he? Was this Grace or something?
I have no clue,
What?
to be
What
honest.
makes this? What makes the idea like just movies? What gives the idea Campea thinks this movie is not going to take place in Gotham? Like, seriously? Blind, is that like what makes you think Campea thinks this movie is not going to take place in Gotham? There's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't it take place in Gotham?
Ugh.
And look, everybody denies that they said it now, but I still remember they announced that Joker movie, that first one. That the first one was great, but the first one, everybody said, nobody's gonna care if Batman's not in it. You can't have a Joker movie without Batman. It's gonna see this. This is gonna flop. Blah blah blah. $1 billion film nominated for.
But this is different though. This is different because now we know it's in DCU. The expectations of possibly people having wanting Batman is different than from the Joker films. It's different. Because there's gonna be people say Batman needs to be in this movie. I mean, we kind of said it. We haven't said he needs to be in this movie, but it's not a bad idea. Maybe putting some emphasis on Batman. It's not the same thing with Joker, because we know it's in the DCU blinder, right? It's different. It's different. It's different. The story for the Joker didn't really need to tell about Batman, right? It didn't need to tell the story about Batman, but since now this is DCU, it's different because we know Batman's around, so it's a different situation. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Picture. Anyway, so I fully expect we're going to hear the same kind of chirping that once the bigger picture of this Clayface, I think there's still going to be a lot of people.
He's going to spec. We're going to hear a lot of chirping blinded. Tomorrow's stream, he'll say, yeah, I was wrong on that. Because he'll probably say, oh, yeah, now we know Clayface is in DCU, so he's going to be wrong on that. He's going to say I'm wrong on that. And he's right? Because we now know Batman. Yeah, it's possible he not be in the movie, but he's in that universe. This isn't a fucking spot. This isn't a fucking Sony where Sony flat out said, yeah, we can use Spider-Man anytime. We just decided not to use them. Like, what the fuck? That's ridiculous. Sony's so stupid. Whatever.
Wait a minute, you can't have a Clayface movie without Batman. Kind of like they couldn't have a Venom movie without Spider-Man, and it made $800 million. So that'll be fine.
Are you comparing Venom to Clayface? Look, Batman may arguably have the best role gallery, right, in the comics. Do you agree with Blinded?
Yeah, by far, yeah.
But Clayface, comparing Clayface to Venom, like, who's more popular?
Yeah.
Come on, right?
Where's my team?
Yeah, like, John Campea has to understand, not every character is equal. You have to compare some characters to others to see, okay, who's more popular and who's not more popular. I'm sorry. And good on DC for taking risks with making villain movies. And not something Marvel doesn't really do. I don't know why Marvel's afraid to make villain movies. I don't know why.
Yeah, but Sony's villain movies are not really villains. Let's be honest; they're like anti-heroes.
Yeah, that's true. But at least DC is willing. Like I expect Clayface to be a tragic villain, but I don't expect him to be like redeemable villain.
Right.
You know, right? Right? Because there's been times where Clayface has been redeemed in the comics, but I don't expect him to be like that. Just be a tragic villain. You can keep going down the road of delving down later into madness, right? Just that Marvel's afraid to make villain movies because they always have to have their villains. When they want to keep their villains around, they always have to have something good about them. right? There always have to be something that's least good about them. Loki, for example, even Agatha, even Baron Zemo, even freaking Baron Zemo. Okay, it's just that they're scared to have pure villains in Marvel, like just straight out villains.
Right.
And
Damn,
obviously,
that was a
Clayface is never a
crap
straight out
match.
villain, but
I think there's so much you can do here with this character. I think there's so much it could be done in the hands of a Mike Flanagan, especially if he's being told by James Gunn, dude, play in your sandbox. Whatever you want to do. You want to make it a horror? Go make it a horror. You want to make it a horror thriller? Go do it. Go do it.
I mean,
Yeah, well, James Gunn's whole tactic with this, and like, I think even calling it the DCU is maybe like not the greatest idea. I mean, because well, I mean, it's the DC universe.
yeah.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, it's not DC cinematic universe. It's just the DC universe. But even then, I feel like the term universe implies that, okay, this is going to be like Marvel. I think it should just be, this is DC movies. And our approach is not to make an interconnected story, it's just to make a series of movies using the characters, like what people did before. And maybe there is some interconnectivity, and we can rely on that because we're going to have all these actors with the project. So it is kind of like Marvel in that sense, but it's not always going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, James Gunn is not talking about team up crossover movies. He's just talking about, what characters are going to get movies. And that's why he's focusing more on niche characters, because let's be honest, DC butchered their main line of characters so bad that if they were to, let's say, if James Gunn was to come out of the gate and say, we're making another Flash movie, that wouldn't be a great idea at all, because the Flash just bombed. So why would they now come out with a new Flash, a rebooted Flash? It doesn't make sense. So I think it makes sense to focus more on these niche characters, build up a reputation of, hey, we're trying to make good movies, and let it be that. Instead of it just being,
Look,
we're going to make a Flash movie or a Wonder Woman movie.
Look, people have to understand James Gunn is taking huge risks with all this, and a huge risks always come with, right, high rewards, right,
Right.
See, because like this could go either way. People could Superman could be a hit, brings in it brings in more confidence in the future DC projects. If it does not, Superman's a hit. If Superman's doesn't get positive reviews, fans don't like it, that's not a good start. I don't care if Creature Commandos is people like Creature Commandos. It's not the show doesn't get people interested in DC in it. It's the movie Superman. Creature Commandos is for a niche audience. I'm sorry to say it, guys. The Creature Commandos is only for a niche audience. It's not. Superman is more for bigger than a niche audience. Yeah, it may not be $1 billion hit, but 500, 600 million, maybe? Like, as much as Man of Steel, and has to get positive reviews. I mean, they're showing it to the press tomorrow, so they must have confidence in it. Superman, like, Superman, no matter what, Superman can't afford to fail.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's not going to be a great idea, right?
Yeah. It just can't afford to fail because people may not have hope in the rest of the DC. They'll be like, oh man. Even despite other projects being done by other directors, showrunners, whatever, it's just that he's trying to build the DCU around Superman, like the first movie around Superman, because Superman is one of the core members of DC Comics, and you have to build characters, and they have to hit, and Superman has to be one at the forefront of that. You can't just rely on Batman. Batman cannot be the only person you can rely on, even because you know Batman's a guarantee. You know what? Batman was in the Flash. It didn't help the Flash all that much.
Yeah, it didn't help the Flash exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, and he was the best part of the Flash, I believe. Honestly.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And we'll give you all the support. We'll get behind it. We'll make sure you have everything you need to do it. Go do it. Now, it doesn't say in this report that Flanagan will direct it. I hope it does.
I think it's safe.
Yeah, I
But
don't
if
see
he does,
why.
I'm sure he'll be a part of the process to help find a director.
He's gonna direct it, man. The guy wrote it. Why not just direct it, man? Like, come on. Like, it's hit. He's the one who came up with it, right? He's the one to say, you know what? I wanted to have this idea for a Clayface movie. I want to give it to James Gunn and Spear Safran. Hope they can agree on it. I mean, why not just come out and say direct? I'm pretty sure he's directing. I bet you that's signed on.
I think they should get they should get him to direct it. It would be
Yeah.
stupid if he wasn't going to direct it. I mean,
Like, I'll be surprised if he is not the director.
yeah, that would be pretty surprising.
Yeah. Okay. I know, RJ. I know. But I mean, come on. I mean, I think Kevin.
Fuck.
I think John Campea has an agreement with us. I mean, it should be Mike Flanagan to direct this movie.
For it. But either way, I
Yeah.
think this sounds really exciting. And look, what James Gunn is putting together over at DC, those of you who've watched me for a long time, like back to the AMC days, this is the kind of thing I've been wanting DC Marvel to do. I've wanted both of these major studios so badly to get out of being everything is in the shared cinematic universe bullshit. Because you are so limiting yourself.
Well, Marvel's not
creatively.
going to do that.
Yeah, they're not.
Like,
Gonna
Marvel.
do that.
I mean, Marvel's not going to do that. Marvel's afraid to take risks. That's the problem. Marvel is scared to take risk. Because they feel like if they take a risk and then nothing hits, if it doesn't work, their reputation takes a major hit. They're afraid to take risk. Even despite there has been a bit of MCU fatigue and there's besides the reputation of MCU has gone down. I think it's gone back up a little bit this year because there has been some positive stuff from Marvel this year, I'll say. But looking into 2025, people are not sold Captain America, Thunderbolts. I don't know, but like, just Marvel's afraid to take risk. They're afraid to take risk. DC is not. That's why they're willing to go rated R. The only time Marvel is willing to take a risk is by Deadpool and Wolverine going rated R. But if you guys think Deadpool and Wolverine are going to end up in an Avengers type movie, which is a good chance it might be Secret Wars, if you think that's going to be rated R, you're smoking crack. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, if they appear, right? Like, if they appear in Secret Wars, it's not going to be rated R. And you know what? It won't affect the movie at all. Secret Wars at all. It won't affect the movie at all. Right? Like, it won't affect the movie at all. It won't be an issue. You could get away with Deadpool Wolverine being PG 13 or 14. Marvel has done that. They found a way to go a little bit more than PG 13 at sometimes. In some aspects, they really go a little bit far, but not too far. I mean, they show Thor's ass. Okay, they show Agatha's ass. I mean, Marvel in the early stages of Marvel will be afraid to do shit like that. Okay,
Not
I'll say that.
really. I don't think so. I mean, look at Iron Man. Iron Man had a sex scene in it.
But then after Iron Man, they weren't willing to go that far, you know?
Yeah, maybe after, but
I mean, wasn't Guardians 3 the first time they said the F word?
yeah.
In a PG-13 movie, right? You're allowed to say
Yeah.
that after the PG-13 movie. Like, Marvel... Marvel does need to take risks. It just sounds like they're afraid to take risks. That's the difference.
about the stories you can tell if everything has to be connected and everything has to be in canon. Then you are limiting so many stories. You can't tell that story because it would contradict this. Oh, you can't do that in that movie because it would contradict what we've already done in canon. You know what? I've been wanting Marvel and DC to really put together a robust film and television slate that has a solid cinematic universe, yeah, but then also do what the comics themselves have done for generations. Tell one-off stories, tell separate stories, whether you want to call them what if or else worlds or whatever else. Just give us great stories. There's so many great stories.
But what if Campea is still technically part of the MCU? They just did for
Yeah.
universes. Okay? And what if stuff technically could be in the live action stuff? You could pretend the live action stuff with different universes and stuff. It's just that Marvel's not. Like, I know he's rich enough for Marvel. Marvel's just not going to do that for some. Marvel's just not going to do that. Okay. And they're just not going to do that. You're not going to have an Elseworld story where it's not no connection to the MCU. Nothing at all. Okay, nothing. They're afraid to do that.
Holy shit, this is a fucking intense match. I haven't died yet.
Comic books that maybe go, well, we can't do that because it doesn't fit in our cinematic universe. Who cares? Tell it anyway and say it's a separate thing.
Well, tell it to
And
Kevin
James
Feige.
Gunn finally seems to be really doing it with not just Matt Reeves's little pocket of the universe, but also now other standoff one-shot things. And it really makes me think there could be a chance that someday we could get a, Red Sun story. I don't know, a Kingdom Come story.
Kingdom Come.
Or whatever. What was the Batman one by Gaslight? Was it
Gotham by
Gotham by Gaslight? Was that the name of it?
Yeah, something like that.
I remember. I just can't remember the title of it. Anyway, it just opens up so many possibilities. You could tell a story where Batman and Wonder Woman fell in love, had a kid, and what did that kid end up being? You could do all these things. I'm not saying that's the one they should do. It just opens up the thing. And you know what? I think the old argument of, well, that will confuse audiences, which I admit at one point years ago, I used to be guilty of that, saying, well, I think if you have multiple versions, it'll confuse audiences. You know what? It doesn't.
I think so too. I don't necessarily agree with that because people say that, but we haven't gotten that yet. So that's not like I hate when people say that because it's like we haven't had two versions of a character simultaneously in live action. Could someone name one besides No Way Home? No Way Home was obviously that was the main gimmick that it's like we're bringing back all the classic.
It was a multiverse movie.
Actor, yeah, it was a multiverse movie, but like we haven't had we just lost. That was in it. Oh my god, it was so. This match was so good, and we lost. I was having so much fun. I had 22 kills. It was so much fun. I should keep the recording of that because those just going off. Magneto and Captain America were getting decimated by me. They were crying, bro. But no, seriously, like I don't understand when people say these things about we need having multiple versions isn't going to confuse anyone. I don't think it's necessarily about it being confusing. I think it's that one, there's oversaturation. Look at the Joker as an example, because there's been more. I feel like he's been the only character who has had multiple versions simultaneously.
We saw 3 live action Jokers since the pandemic started. Barry Keegan's, Jared Leto, and Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, well, Jared Leto with an asterisk because that didn't really even show up.
But that's true.
So, and I feel like if audiences, they may pick the version that they prefer. So you don't want to give them multiple options because they'll just go for the preferred version. You know what it's in one franchise. It's not like this is Robin Hood where different studios can make different versions of that character and have different takes. It doesn't make sense to do that. Maybe in different mediums you can have different Batmans, but or in the comics, but I really don't think that's a great idea. I
But
think
this,
if you're going to do Elseworld stories, you should have maybe the same actor do it. You know, like it's not like we have two James Bond at the same time. Like that's never been done before. So I don't understand why people keep saying this. This is like, I mean, I don't. Audiences haven't gotten it, so why should we just assume that it wouldn't be confusing or that they would honestly like that idea? You know what I mean? Like, I think it just creates problems that people are not realizing.
hmm
And I know James Gunn is saying, "Oh, he's committed to doing telling the Batman," but I keep saying the Batman is already been established. It made $700 million. Who's to say that the next movie won't make more? And if it does,
it
what
probably
happens if
will.
it makes more than Brave and the Bold?
Yeah.
You know, like how come that's where I feel like James Gunn's real test is going to be. It's not going to be Superman, it's going to be what he does with Batman. Because let's be honest, Superman is not that big of a character. Let's be real. Like he is, but he's not
Here.
Batman. He's
Nope.
not Batman. And I don't think it's fair to even compare Batman to Superman and Batman.
No.
It's just not the same. It's really not the same. It's like comparing um let's I mean it's like comparing because it's hard. It's like comparing Captain America to Spider-Man. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like Spider-Man is a totally different league of a character. I'm not saying
Yeah.
Captain America is not
That's
popular, but it's just not the same.
that's his problem. That's Campea's problem. He thinks if this could work for this character, it could work for this character. But the problem is the characters he says. Like he says, "Oh, if it works with the Joker, it can work for Clayface." But Joker is kind of more of a mainstream, transcend kind of character. Clayface,
Hmm.
right? Joker is like when you in literature, right? There's certain villains that transcend just literature, right? You got
Right,
Minority from stuff like that, even Darth Vader, right? Joker's in that category. Clayface isn't,
right. Yeah,
right?
Joker is a well-established,
Yeah,
well-beloved character who people want to do multiple takes on, and
and
there's so much mythology with him. I mean,
and
Clayface, not
also,
really.
yeah, also you got people love Jack Nicholson's Joker. People love Heath Ledger's Joker. Um, and people think about Clayface's Joker in the first one. It made money, but like Clayface is not a comparable. You can't compare. You can
Yeah, it's
But if you want to compare Joker to another Batman villain that's closer to comparable, I would say somebody like maybe Two Face, most comparable. But even Two Face is not compared to Joker. Joker's the most popular Batman villain. Because Joker, the thing about the Joker is why he transcends this Batman is because it's what he represents. Right? It's what he represents. In the Joker movie, they try to make him more than the represent, more than just a mental health, a problem of mental health. They try to make him represent more than how society is, right? What
mhm,
society is. Like that's how they try to make Joker. Like Joker is kind of a symbol. They try to make him a
right.
symbol, right? Like Clayface is not a fucking symbol of anything. You can't really relate to Clayface. How is somebody gonna be able? You can see people relating to Joker, whether they're anarchists or like believe what he says. But how are you gonna relate to Clayface? Like, oh, right. It's not the same thing. Yeah, they can make him a tragic villain, but Clayface. How are you gonna relate to Clayface? Oh, you got into a movie. You got the only people that can relate to Clayface. It's probably like people in the entertainment industry. A bad accent. They're very damaged. Or
Unless they do a different
yeah,
angle, that's the thing. We're assuming
yeah,
it's going to be like the comic book. We really don't know.
yeah. Because like, how can you relate to Clayface? Right? It has to be a different angle. I mean, like maybe for an actor, or actress, or a model, it's a bad accent damages their face, whatever, and they do whatever to look perfect again. And but whatever they get in trouble, they go down a very dark path just because they get desperate, like Clayface does, right? Remember in the animated series his face is ruined, but he goes down to I think it was Talbot, whatever it's Talbot or whatever, I forget the guy's name. You put him in that cream and stuff, and and look what it did to him. I mean, yeah, but how do you, general people cannot relate to that. Maybe people in the entertainment industry can relate to that a little bit, but not people like us. We can't relate to that.
Right.
Okay. It's funny saying Joker is a more relatable character than Clayface, despite Joker is. It's just the same maniac with the. Whatever.
Right. Yeah.
It's
time. Shadow. You're no.
You know, my mom will go, wait a minute, wasn't Super that? Oh yeah, but this is a different thing. Okay, like that's all it is. It's a simple one-line conversation. People are fine, and now they just got to deliver. Hell, as Jose in the live chat is pointing out, Ray, it may even open up the door to do a Batman Beyond one shot.
Oh yeah.
Never know.
Well, this is really the main plan.
Because if you
really want to confuse the audience, just do a Batman Beyond one shot movie. Yeah.
Well, if it's an animated movie, maybe it's not going to confuse people. I think it's better if they did animation. To be honest,
That's what. Yeah, I think that you're right. You're 100% right. I agree with you. But it cannot be a live action. Not be like, wait a minute. Like, you know what? James Gunn will have to tell him. Yeah, this is not. James Gunn will have to tell people. Yeah, this is not part of the main universe. This is just a one shot. But I don't think. Do you think really General Ice is going fucking? Do you think General Ice is go watch entertainment news every day, or go on X and Twitter to search up that? Come on, like it's not. They're not going to do that.
Open up like what if and Elseworld things and stuff like that. Maybe James Gunn goes, you know what? Let's give this Batman Beyond thing a shot.
I think the horror part of this film, like, is very
For Clayface?
very fascinating. It could be one of those ones that even break out of the superhero genre.
Kind of like Joker did.
Yeah. Breaks out of that container and hits a wider audience than what normally is watching the DC stuff. If it becomes a good horror film, like, hey, you want to see Clayface? Some people might not even know it's a DC. It stemmed from a DC character. So there's a big up and up for this.
I think you just said something that's 100% right. I think there are going to be a lot of people when this movie is coming out that don't even know what Clayface is, maybe not even have an idea that Clayface is a character that's connected to Batman. So
they're going to make it connected to. Okay, John, it's set in the same universe. They're going. James Gunn wouldn't made that distinction. It was set in this universe if that wasn't important to the movie.
I agree. I think they're underestimating. I mean, yeah, Clayface is not the most popular character, but I think they're kind of underestimating Clayface's popularity here. I mean, if it's based, like Mike Flanagan says, it's based like the animated series Clayface, a lot of people watched it. Even people that didn't grow up with it tuned in to watch that. I'm sure you have, right?
Right, yeah.
Like, come on, like give some people credit, guys. Give some people some credit.
But I mean, I still think he's not. You know, if I ask people who Clayface is, maybe they might have heard him in passing. But he's not a Joker. He's not even like a Two-Face. Yeah. Two-Face is a well-known Batman villain. The Riddler, like, you know, it's a different ball game, right? So, damn.
I mean,
it's a different. It's like a B. He's a B tier Batman villain. That's what I would say. Clayface.
He was a big time villain in Arkham City.
Yeah, but he's still a B tier character. Yeah.
But that was
he's not an A tier.
If he was gonna have a breakout role and become an A tier villain, that game would have been it.
Well, I mean, he didn't. I mean, he's the final boss in the game, and he plays a significant role. But you know, it was more of a twist. They used him in a clever way.
Did you think that was the Joker? Do you think that was Clayface or?
I mean, no, I didn't really see it coming, but then when you look back on it, it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
What a final act. I don't know.
We lost.
What happened to him in Arkham Knight?
He's dead. He died in Arkham City.
Did he really die? Batman didn't kill him.
Yeah, froze him. Yeah, he died. Yeah, they said that he's dead. He died.
Yeah, but Batman didn't kill him.
I'm pretty sure he kind of did. I mean, I have to go back and look. I know he doesn't, because the thing is, yeah, it's like, where did he go? I mean, he got frozen. That technically did freaking kill him. Like,
I think he's been frozen plenty of times before.
I'll have to go back and look and see, but I'm like, it does look like he kind of did kill him. I
What
mean,
happened to
how was he
Bane in
supposed to
Arkham Knight?
recover of that? Bane left. He went.
Oh, yeah, that's
There's
what.
like in Arkham Knight, there's like a reference to him.
Yeah, why do you leave? He's a coward.
No,
I-
he didn't. He actually like reformed. Like there's a I can't
Oh,
remember
yeah.
where it is in Arkham Knight, but there's
Bane
a
reformed.
section where you could find like a crate and it like has an it's not a note. It's something that talks about Bane and you're like, "Oh, this is where he went." He went off to like Brazil, I think,
He went to his
to
home
fight
country.
this guy.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think it was his home country. I thought it was Brazil, but
What's his home country? It's one of those countries, right, in South America.
yeah. I don't remember what it was, but yeah.
Look at Campea.
Yeah, because Clayface is not referenced at all in Arkham Knight, so that's why I
he was
feel
in
like
he was in Arkham Asylum, but he was just still in prison. They didn't let him go. The Joker didn't.
I
release
think
him.
you could see posters of the actor in the theater,
Yes, yeah.
but they don't reference like what actually happened to him.
Yes, you do see posters of him. But
Yeah,
he was in Arkham Asylum, but he was still locked up.
some people say that because there's a mission that was cut that was supposed to be in the theater, but I'm pretty sure that mission was about Zaz.
They cut Zaz's mission. I know that.
Yeah, they cut Zaz because you could see Zaz on the tape, but Batman doesn't acknowledge him for some reason, which was weird. You know, when he's like looking, he's like trying to track down the vehicle that took Barbara. You could see Zaz. Oh shit, who is that taking us down?
Victor's ass is taking his time. No, I'm kidding.
Get the hell out of there! Fuck.
Well, with Mike Flanagan rating it, I'm going to put my money on that it will, but we'll see. Guys, question is for you.
Okay.
What do you think about this?
Okay. You don't need to see him anymore. I should start off with Grace, but whatever. This is not exciting. Campea hasn't excited me in a while.
Yeah, I don't know. The takes are boring here.
Yeah, that's my fault. We'll get to Grace now. She did a stream today, but I didn't watch it. It was the box office stream.
Yeah, I watched it. It was about Craven, of course. Craven bombing and shit.
But she liked it. She probably saw it a second time.
Yeah, she liked it. I don't know what the hell was her problem. That was weird.
Now, was it a video? Okay, Clayface. Was that a video or a stream? No,
Damn, so close, man. Where's my team? Came
Came
right up behind them and I fucking was wiping them out. And they got me. Scarlet Witch got me. Like, no one flanks in this game. It's kind of annoying. It's like,
I know.
go behind and flank them and take them out. That's why I like Star-Lord, because it's like he's one of the best characters to flank as. Because you can just rack up kills super easily because he's super fast. Let's get it behind here. Here's Squirrel Girl.
I don't know how long she talks for about this subject.
Why did I fucking do that? There was somebody behind me and I by accident I pressed the ultimate. It was what's his name? Adam Warlock. That was
Look with
dumb.
her Christmas mug.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think I watched this. I don't remember.
I am sick.
Oh, she's sick.
Yeah, she was sick.
It's not that bad.
I did see this.
but,
I remember now.
It does affect my ability to talk. And I have this lovely glass of tea, mug of tea, because I'm a big cookie fan, and some members of my family got this for me. So I feel very horrific.
You have family?
Also, I'd like to say thank you, Sean. Thank you for that. But congratulations, Brad. I saw before the stream started that your daughter has arrived. Her name is not Amelia Perez. She was delivered during the Critics' Choice live stream. I mean the Golden Globes live stream.
Can I just say this?
On
there's too many award shows. Too many awards.
Yeah, I don't even care about award shows anymore.
But it's just too many of them. I mean, come on. It makes you less special. Like, ugh, too many award shows. cut them down. The less award shows, award shows there are, the more special the award is.
On Monday. But her name is Amelia. That's a wonderful name. Amelia Earhart, of course. That's really beautiful. Congratulations to
Get to the topic.
expanded family. All right.
Yo, that
Thanks,
is a real window because there are actually things moving in the background. I actually saw cars. She really does this to front of her window. That is an actual real background, Blinded.
What do you mean? Huh?
This is her. She does in her windows. That's you can see this New York scenery in the background. That's her actual background. Like,
Yeah.
That's actually, like she doesn't.
Yeah,
really
who
have a
thought it
background.
wasn't?
I mean, like, why? Like, it's like, isn't that weird? I mean, that's kind of cool.
Not really. It looks like it's a pretty nice view.
It's green screen.
Ian. All right. It's so
Wonder what
nice
area
to
of
see
New York
everybody.
that
Thank
is.
you, Danny. As I said, thank you, Sean. Hey, welcome back, Rob. So, my goodness, what a lineup of stories. I have so many good stories today. How could I miss this stream? All right.
Man, she's
so
sick,
let's
but
get
she's able to still raise her voice. I had trouble when I was doing that. When I had that major bad cold, I had trouble trying to keep a voice up.
started, of course. Thank you, Vitor. I feel very festive. So, yeah, the holidays, they are approaching. All right, so we have... I'm sorry you're sick too, Marky Mark. Feel better?
Marky Mark?
All right, so we have 3 intense stories to go through. There's something for everyone. You can ask your questions at the end of each section about that particular story and make your comments. I'll be keeping an eye on the chat at all times. And then, of course, as always, at the end, there's a Q&A where you can ask me anything that you would like. All right, so save those off-topic questions and comments for that section, please. Don't, do a super chat and then be like, why did you ignore my super chat? And I'm like, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Hey, Matt Stone, but don't make me feel guilty, please. Don't make me do it. Don't make me feel guilty. All right, Danny, that's right. If you could like, subscribe, and I don't know, share. I heard anybody request that. But I always appreciate a like and a subscribe.
Yeah, people do.
Oh my God.
People do request people say share. I think it's spread the word.
Share, subscribe. Doctor Strange got me.
She never heard that before? Well, I don't know where she's just been then.
Yeah, I don't know where she's been.
I very much appreciate
She's
that.
been out to
Thank you,
lunch,
Sean.
man. Let's be
Look at all
honest.
the generosity. No Scrooges here. All right, I love you guys too, CM. All right, so no thumb holes today. All right, that's right, yeah. I'm sick. I'm a sickykins. Sick. All right.
Okay.
Look at Shakar Roy getting membership. I love it. All right. All right, so let's get started. Story number 1. Hold on, I got so many pictures uploaded, it's ridiculous. Boop. And then chapter times. Look at all those chapter times. Oh my God. Oh, we have so much to discuss. All right, so the Clayface movie has been greenlit. What does greenlit mean? Well, for those of you who don't know, greenlit means that they're actually moving ahead with the film. Because this is not a new headline that Mike Flanagan is going to work on a Clayface movie. James Mangold is working on a Swamp Thing movie. Those movies are in development. They're kicking around ideas. They're kicking the tires. They're in their brainstorming sessions, and they're trying.
Usually movies in development basically means it's greenlit. I don't know.
Damn, I died.
I thought usually greenlit me. I thought usually movies are in development are basically greenlit.
Well, they just announce that the Clayface movie is in greenlit.
Yeah.
Oh, frick it was dead.
They didn't announce it was in development. They just said it was greenlit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if the Swamp Thing movie is in development. Well, if James Mango is directing it, I think that's.
He said no. He gave an update and he says that he doesn't know just yet, or something like that. I
But
don't
if he
remember the
is,
exact quote.
I mean, if he is, it's confirmation that he is directing. That means it's been greenlit. Not in development
I
anymore.
don't even know if he got the job though. That's the thing. I don't even know just
Oh,
yet.
okay.
It
I
didn't,
mean,
I
like,
don't know. I could be
I'm
wrong.
just saying, if a movie's in development, but they got a director, I think that means that movie's not in development anymore. I think that means that movie's been
I
greenlit.
would still say it is in development, right? I mean, if it's like pre-production is kind of development. I mean, not necessarily, but
Mm-hmm.
because like pre-production is like it is gonna happen. I mean, the thing is, a lot of movies do die in pre-production,
Yep. Yeah.
so it's like, yeah,
Pre-production is if he it's a pre-production is a very long stage of a filmmaking. If it goes,
yeah, yeah, it can go on for quite some time.
yeah,
Figure out if the project will work. The fact that this has been greenlit means that James Gunn and company have decided that it will work. They're happy with what they've come up with, and they're going to start moving forward. That means right now they're looking for a director because Mike Flanagan is only going right.
Yeah, I still think it's stupid that they would just get him just to write. I think it's maybe he has to go do the Exorcist movie, but I think they should have gotten him to direct the movie.
where's the Exorcist movie supposed to
First
come out?
the rings, then the wings.
Red Bull
Say
gives
again?
you wings.
I mean, especially if they dated the movie too. Why
Oh,
isn't it? Why don't they have a director?
Yeah. When is the Exorcist movie? Let me see Mike Flanagan's filmography. Oh, it doesn't have it. Oh, IMDb.
Ah, Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, so the movie's supposed to come out 2026 also.
Which
Yeah,
movie?
Exorcist movie.
Really? Oh, it is?
Yeah, supposedly.
Yikes.
We're going to talk about all the aspects here. But because it's been greenlit, that means you're going to start seeing a director be hired, casting. It's going to start to move forward. All right, now Clayface. Don't get ahead of me, man. I got my chapter times here for a reason.
What does Harley Quinn have to do with Clayface? Well, okay, let's see.
So Clayface.
Stupid Spider-Man.
Clayface has been getting an unusual lot of love lately. So if you're not familiar with the character, what do you live under a rock?
Clayface is not getting an unusual amount of love. What is she talking about? Who's talking about Clayface?
Well, I mean, yeah. There was what I mean, the reference in the Penguin, and then we also got Clayface and Cape Crusader. I mean, there has been a lot of Clayface recently.
I guess, but like, I haven't seen people falling in love with the character Clayface though.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but I mean, in terms of them using it, it's
Clayface.
been quite a
All
lot.
right, so Clayface, of course, started off got a lot of attention in Batman the Animated Series. Wonderful, great.
What's up, Sideways?
Series overall created many of
Your
the
fans'
comic
birthday
book
party?
fans that exist
Hey, listen
today.
to me.
You know, that's one of the cool evidences of his powers. You know, he's not only like Steve, hey Nate Griffin, and can look like other people.
So fucking
You know,
close, man.
he can like melt. He can put you. You know, he can grab you. He can create weapons with his clay. He's malleable. He's a giant living piece of clay. All right.
He's lovable. He's lovable, Grace.
Where's my arrow?
You just, hey, Grace. Do you find him hot like you find Red Hawk? It's Grace. Oh, look at all that clay meat on. Oh man, I just want to hug that Clayface. I just want the Clayface. You know what? Grace getting horny for Clayface.
Oh man.
Then, most recently, he's been in the Harley Quinn animated series.
Oh.
This is my nemesis. I hate this version of the character so much. I just can't stand it.
We're not gonna get him.
I think that Bane on Harley Quinn is hilarious. I think the Clayface on Harley Quinn.
I got a 4
Really, I
kill
can't
streak.
stand
Holy shit.
Nice.
I'm this close to fast forwarding his scenes. I really can't stand it. All right. But then, one of the reasons I really like Clayface right now in particular is that if you watched Batman the Caped Crusader from Matt Reeves and J.J.
Pause
Abrams,
frame.
the Clayface episode was my favorite. I thought it was really, really good. I thought it was very atmospheric. I loved it. I loved it so much. I thought it was really cool. Absolutely adored it. And then he's even getting some love on the upcoming, current runnings, Creature Commandos.
He's not getting love in Creature Commandos because we haven't seen him yet.
There's a
Oh
little
yeah, I
bit of a
forgot he's
spoiler.
also in that
You don't
too.
know
So
who
yeah.
he is. He could be
Yeah.
anybody.
I think it's the next episode actually. I think.
That's what it is with
This is
Clayface.
fucking Spider-Man.
So
Also was
there he is
against
fighting
Glacier.
with Rick
Oh,
Flag
yeah.
Sr. And so you can see he's created a whip out of his arm. He also has a hammer. There's a whole
Yeah, he
lot
can
of
create
stuff that he
weapons
can do.
of his
All right.
arm.
So that's where kind of just to give you some idea of base.
Why-
CM, these are not
Why
all
is
voice-
Sony Spider-Man last movies have to do with Clayface? I don't understand that. I mean, we'll get to that, but like seeing that now, like why does Sony Spider-Man last movie have to do with Clayface?
Mm.
I don't get that. Whatever.
voiced by Alan Tudyk. Only this one?
Welcome to the MCU, by the way. You're joining at a bit of a low point. As for you, I want to talk.
And the Creature Commandos one, but they're not the same. They're different Clayfaces. All right, so now, of course, doing a movie, Clayface calls to mind the Sony Spider-Man.
Oh, so yeah, so this is before they confirmed it, right? It's gonna be DCU.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Same thing with same with the Campea, guys, with Grace. Okay. So yeah, this is before that it's confirmed for DCU, so she assumes it's gonna be Elseworld, like the Spider-Man movies. I guess I don't know if the Spider-Man movies are considered Elseworld or the Tom Holland movies are Elseworld. I don't know which ones are considered. I mean, to be honest with you, the Spider-Man verse, the thing is, some people call it the Spider-Man verse, but some of the movies don't even take place in the same universe. Like Madame Web is not in the same universe as Venom. That's how much of a mess of this.
Mm.
Did they say that, Blinded? If I'm correct, Madame Web is not even in the same universe as Venom.
Yeah, I wasn't. They did say that. But I guess it didn't even matter because
It doesn't
it's
matter.
technically a multiverse bullshit movie anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like, even if you liked some of these, and I liked the first Venom and I liked Craven, I think the
You're right.
audience-
You're right. It's just that it's just it's the villains they pick. I mean, not all villains. Here's the thing: I'd like to see more villains get movies, but not all villains are capable of having movies.
Damn.
Having movies for themselves. Okay, not all villains can have. Not all movies can work with villains as the main character.
Yeah.
Okay, it just doesn't work. Not all villains can. Superheroes. If you compare superheroes to villains, there's more likely superheroes are better off as having movies named after them than villains. There's some villains you could do it, but there's some, but superheroes is obviously Venom versus Bane.
has made it pretty clear that I'm not interested in solo villain stories. I gotta tell you, even though the Penguin is getting tons of nominations, and it deserves it, great show. Ain't nobody watched that thing.
Oh, great show, but she says to put a cheap shot. Nobody watched that thing. What a cheap shot! What a cheap shot! Oh, this is watch Creature. She doesn't like Creature Commandos. She says it's okay show, right? But I guarantee you when the show ends,
Ooh, they came right behind me. Damn, they're good.
I bet you this woman, I bet you when Creature Commandos ends, she's gonna be like, yeah, nobody watched Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
Watch her say that. Watch her say that.
Yeah, she's gonna say that. She's gonna 100% say
Yeah.
that. We already know.
With Sonny owns Batman. That's in early January because Creature Commandos is actually only 7 episodes. You got like 4 episodes left. That's how quick we're at the end of that show.
to some degree.
Yeah, no,
but
thank
not
you.
enough to support, like, if the
Thank you,
Penguin was a
pause
movie, it
frame.
would have been a horrible flop, you know? So,
Ooh,
I think, like, the
that they
Joker
got
did
me
make $1 million.
fast. Oh, it was the Winter Soldier. Fuck.
You're struggling than usual.
No, I got what 14 kills. Oh, someone had the Scarlet Witch has 16 kills, but I have 14 kills.
It's all Obama's fault. Michelle Obama.
I haven't been struggling. It's just it switches.
Choose the bear, but I think the difference is the Joker really had something to say. Also, he's the Joker. Clayface ain't the Joker, man. I feel like I'm a villain agent. Clayface, baby, the Joker.
Ooh, I got the freaking Punisher right when he was in his ultimate, and then the Winter Soldier came behind.
Grace, are you doing the Warp Zone skits? You guys on the Warp Zone? That's a Warp Zone skit.
Ah, we lost. So close though, damn. It tends to switch, you know, the game. MVP Spider-Man.
The MVP Spider-Man.
Yeah, fuck Spider-Man.
You know what's weird?
Like, why aren't I booked?
So on the HBO channels, they had Spider-Man Far From Home on, and then the Star channels had Spider-Man 3 on at the same time. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, which one to watch? Which one to watch? I can't believe Crave has the Sony Spider-Man movies. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the only time Crave has MCU stuff is from Sony, right? Because they don't have any MCU stuff besides the Sony movie, besides the Spider-Man movies.
Gigs like the Joker, and I'm like, because you're not the Joker, man. What do you want from me? This isn't Joker. This isn't Harley. You know, I mean, only some villains.
Yeah, but Harley Quinn didn't do well either. Okay, like come on.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't even a Harley Quinn movie. It was like Harley Quinn and Friends.
Harley Quinn and Friends. That's true.
Level up in that way, and I gotta tell you, Clayface ain't that guy.
Hey, Clayface, you're not that guy.
So these things
You're not that guy. You're not that guy. Trust me.
Right, you know what's funny?
Really, I think,
because Clayface is an actor, right? An actor character. If he's gonna be like an actor character, the way Grace is like saying that is like so she's like talking to like it's like a studio head or somebody working in a movie. Be like, sorry, Basil, you're just not leading material. This guy's leading material. She speaks like that. She's like that. She's like that.
Yeah.
It's like
their strike.
Pause for him. I'm sorry.
Against spinning out villains into their.
Oh, by the way, Sideways is Moon Knight.
Good thing about the Penguin, though, and I agree with everybody. It's one of my favorite things about the Penguin. Is that he remained a villain.
I got to set up
Thursday.
Thursday got Superman trailer set up. If it drops in the morning,
and it was.
I'll do it in the morning. A trailer.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'm finally off, so I can finally.
If I'm up, if it's fucking 9:00 a.m., I'll be pissed off. It won't be live then. It won't be live as it drops. That's the problem, man. I've done like early morning streams. It's hard because I'm tired most of the time. It's hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's great. It was so I liked that quite a bit. Now here's what makes this situation even more frustrating. Okay, so I asked my source. I was like, "What do you got for me?"
I want to hear this. Her source. I wonder where her source tells her, and tells her because we know this has been made before the confirmation of DCU. And if she says, "Yeah, this is gonna be the Bat Reeves universe," we're gonna have a fun time with this, right? I'm waiting. Yeah. I hope that's the case. I hope this is the fucking case. Now, I hope that's the case. I really do hope that's the case.
Yesterday, and they shocked me when they said it's Reevesverse.
Ah!
Well, it's bullshit, yeah.
And there it is. Look at the pause frame. Oh my god.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh my god. We gotta clip this. No, blind it. Let's just clip it.
Hold on. I'm in the match. I'm heating up. Oh yeah, that's a clippable moment. I see that there.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Because we caught her in a lie.
Yeah, that's a lie. Yeah, well, I mean, who knows if it's a lie or not, but it's not true, that's for sure. It's not true.
927. Okay, 927 is the well, okay, so we'll do it from like 9:15 to like something, right? All right, so we're gonna timestamp that because we caught her in a lie. We caught her
Yeah,
in a.
it's a straight lie.
Oh my god! Oh, maybe I should trim this out and make it and post it as a video on this.
Yeah, you should.
Guys, you heard it here, folks. Now we know. Now we know Grace Randolph has no sources because,
Yeah,
and that
it's
has to.
not
That's
true.
this is my thumbnail. This is gonna be my thumbnail when I make it. 927. Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh my! I gotta tell Degrassi this, man. That's too bad.
Yeah, it's
Oh my god.
bullshit.
Oh my god.
Slack. Oh, what? It's Reevesverse. Oh, but that opens up a whole slew of questions.
Ooh, I'm going crazy in this match right now.
Slew of questions. Grace, it doesn't open up a whole slew of questions because you know why? There's no questions to be answered because it's been confirmed as a DCU. Your source. Who is your fucking source?
Who's your source?
Say your source because I want you. I don't know. You didn't watch the stream today, so she probably didn't say it. But I want Grace Randolph to go on stream one day on video and say, I don't talk to my source anymore. The source led me on. I want her to apologize to the fans. She needs to apologize. Okay? For baiting people at. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I gotta show Degrassi.
It's a realistic take, I heard. What's a realistic take on Clayface? Doesn't his face smush up to look like other people?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
A realistic take on her.
That's the problem with the
You got
Reevesverse.
fucking Clayface. I mean,
how do you do Clayface?
Well, it's not.
How do you do Poison Ivy?
What?
Well, I mean, now we know it's not it's DCU, so it's like it's not. Maybe it's like more of a grounded take. Like I keep saying, people say these terms and they don't realize what it means. It's like grounded is not just.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. We've been saying this. We said this a couple days ago about grounded and what grounded means.
Ah, shit! I died. I have 14 kills. I have like the highest on the fucking team.
Curious to see how Eden does Mr. Freeze. Can you make a freeze gun realistically? It's a pretty funny idea, but you know what? I think that the Reevesverse benefit from going a little bit less realistic. I like the take.
Well,
but it doesn't have to be that realistic.
Well, Grace, you're not going to get that with
fun,
Clayface because Clayface is not going to be in the Reevesverse.
All right. So it's the frickin' Reevesverse. It's a realistic take on Clayface in the Reevesverse. That makes me very excited.
Even as a teen, I still shaved. And I would nick my Adam's apple, which is why I switched from manual to electric. By the way, did you know everyone calls their Adam's apple?
Totally, yeah.
I can get any style with my Philips Norelco one-blade.
Skunk really got her.
I'm going to trim that
Chromebook
segment
Plus
out.
can give that a little zhuzh.
So a couple of questions could spin out of this. First, most obvious one is, well, what's happening with Gunn's Batman? Remember, he was going to make Brave and the Bold with Damian Wayne showing, my favorite Robin as well. James Gunn, we don't always get along, but we're brought together by our love for Damian Wayne.
How do you know Damian Wayne's going to be in
and
it?
also, I do tip my hat to James Gunn for some of these packages that he's putting together.
Does James Gunn confirm Damian Wayne's going to be in it? Yeah, Brave and the Bold had Damian Wayne in it, but did he confirm Damian Wayne's going to be in it? It could still, maybe it's something else. Captain America Civil War wasn't exactly like Civil War in the comics.
No, yeah, exactly. Oh, they got. Oh, I got revived. Get this fucking.
I'm very impressed with this so far. It seems pretty good.
Ah, they got me. They
and
fucking
I'm also
got me.
very excited about Lanterns, as many of you know. And you know what? Superman might be good. I'm a little nervous about it, but
You're
you
nervous
never
about
know.
Superman because you don't like Gunn. That's why you think everything Gunn does is not good.
Yeah.
So yeah, Iron's attorney. I think Gunn is gonna just bide his time until he can wear Matt Reeves down and get Pattinson. I think
Yeah, that's what it seems like. I mean, how can anybody deny it at this point that seems like what he wants to do? He's like, I'm just gonna
But
hold out and see how this plays
there's a
out.
whole. But I mean, you have to talk with Patterson and his representatives. If Patterson wants to like join the DCU, because you have to put that on. Like,
I mean, if it makes a shit ton of money, they're gonna be like, well, take
yeah,
the bag. Take
yeah.
the
I mean,
fucking
like
bag. That's what it's gonna be.
that. I think
Oh
that's.
shit.
I mean, he could want that. He wants, but I think it's really up to Patterson and his contracts and whether they could all that.
Muschieti crashed and burned with the Flash. We haven't heard a peep about Brave and the Bold since then. And the Penguin just solidified and further cemented the strength of the Reevesverse. People like this. David Corenswet matches with Robert Pattinson. When we were talking about casting a Superman for the Reevesverse, we picked David Corenswet. So it's ridiculous to have two different characters. It's just stupid. I think that James Gunn is just going to take Matt Reeves to a whole bunch of lunches and be like, hey, buddy, old pal.
Yeah, he's going to ward down Matt Reeves. That's why he's letting Matt Reeves work on all his Batman-related stuff to wear him down. Yeah, if he really wanted to punish Matt Reeves, he would make sure Matt Reeves doesn't work on Clayface, Cape Crusader, other stuff, right? Like, if he really wanted Matt Reeves, if he really wanted to shove Matt Reeves to his side, I'm pretty sure he would not allow him to work on his other stuff for Batman-related stuff. I don't know what she's talking. Like, she's wrong. I think she's wrong on that.
23 kills. Had the
That's
highest
good.
amount of kills.
23 kills is good.
Film you doing inappropriate stuff and post it on Twitter?
Yeah, you lied.
Friends do, man. But anyway, I don't care what he has to do to make Matt Reeves agree to this. All right. So I think it's a good idea. Dancing Dog says, again, this is silly without Batman. Yeah, I don't really think that you could make...
How do you know Batman's not in it? How do you know Batman's not going to be in it?
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know just yet. I assume that he would be. He wouldn't be in it.
Yeah, with the Penguin, everybody assumes
If he's not in it, then I do think Robert Pattinson is going to be the DCU Batman. Because if you think about it, we're not going to hear about anything for DCU Batman for quite some time. And I think if 2025 comes and goes, and we don't got any news, I think it's because they're waiting to see the performance of the Batman Part 2.
I think Brave and the Bold. Yeah, I think Brave and the Bold might be one of the last DC movies to be made. Like,
and I think if the Batman Part 2 makes more than $700 million at the box office, they're not going to do Brave and the Bold.
oh, I saw the fake leak of Clark Kent. Yeah, the Snyder fans think it's real because they're idiots. Because you guys haven't seen what James Gunn reason for Batman is.
Who said that?
RJ, because I'm reading the chat and on my phone because
it's so obvious that why wouldn't they put the Robert Pattinson Batman in the DCU? That would get them the easiest win, the easiest W of the DCU, because that's already a previously established character that is already loved. And to be honest, even if James Gunn's Batman is good, it has Andy Muschietti attached to it. And to be honest, Andy Muschietti is 2 bad movies back to back. So I don't trust anything that he has. There we go.
The problem is, I don't know how long this Batman saga is going to be with Matt Reeves.
Yeah, Wolverine got me.
Batman movie.
Not Wolverine.
I mean, a Clayface movie without Batman. But that leads to me. So I think you'll never see a Gunverse Batman. I think he's going to,
he's going to hold out.
Things together.
Definitely.
Okay?
There's going to be a Gunverse Batman. What's she talking about?
I want to, I think Chewie pointed out, I just want to make one little comment. I know that some of you are saying that Maria Bakalova posted that herself, and she did. But I think that there is the dynamic of power, the power structure as people brought up. But the reason that it's really wrong is that imagine if there was like a live action scene like that, and they were filming.
Yeah, I disagree with Blinded on this. I think it's not going to be Robert Pattinson's Batman, but
I think they're gonna have a lot of problems if that movie makes a ton of money.
I just
That's
think
my prediction.
I just think Robert Pattinson's Batman is going. If he was in that universe, he'd feel more like Ben Affleck's Batman. He wouldn't trust Superman to start. He'd be like,
Because it just this DCU Batman. I mean, this is why I'm saying, like, this is the problem that they would put themselves into that I don't think people are realizing. I don't think the problem is going to be that there's two competing Batman. I don't think that is the problem. I think the problem is what happens if the audience has a preference for which Batman they
yeah,
prefer. That is the potential problem that I think people are not talking about. Because if the audience prefers one over the other, if your main Batman is now going to be in the Justice League, and let's say this Matt Reeves universe continues well into where we can actually see a Justice League interact, I think people will always keep going, hey, why isn't Robert Pattinson in the DCU? And Robert Pattinson is clearly better than whatever guy they pick for Batman. And I think yesterday when I was streaming, I think everybody in the chat read sideways. We were saying that, oh, wouldn't it have made more sense if Superman is early into his career? Why can't the modern Justice League be early into all their careers? So then it feels like they're growing up together.
it's
Instead of it being like, here's a Batman who's more mature, here's Wonder Woman, she has more years than Superman. It just seems like why not have that consistency of
and
this is a team that they're all on the same equal footing.
in the Justice League, the New 52,
Mhm.
the Justice League comics, were kind of ready in their careers before forming the
Right.
Justice League. I don't know how early they were, but they were
Hello.
early.
Yeah, they were early. For example, Batman was 5 years into his career, even
Yeah.
though that didn't make any sense because he had the
Okay,
entire
so with
Bat
this
family.
Batman stuff, I'm trying to keep it as vague as possible. But he has a clear vision for the character that unless he has radically changed his mind, I don't think Pattinson fits into it all. I could be wrong. But
The fact that he said that he did consider it tells me
at one
a
point,
lot.
yes. I mean, of course you would consider it.
Well, it's not even that because he
But
denied it
again,
a year
I'm
ago.
trying to keep it as vague as possible without spoiling anything. But it's like his vision of Batman is not what Pattinson
Well, what
is
would
at
it be?
all.
What would be spoiling?
I can't
What
even
would
say.
be spoiling? Okay. It's the movie's not coming out anytime soon, so I feel like you might as
I'm
well
just
just say
saying
what
there
it
might be
is.
something that's like out there that you'll find out in the next few weeks.
Creature Commando.
Oh, you're talking about Creature Commandos.
Yeah. That's all I can say. That's all.
Well,
I can say.
we caught. Oh, by the way, we caught Grace Randolph in a lie. So she said this.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an intentional lie, but that wasn't true. It's not in the Matt Reeves universe.
She said her source told her. So
And this is another thing too. Why is Matt Reeves producing all these Batman stuff and he has nothing to do with the main
and this is what I was getting
Batman?
at too. From what I understand, Matt Reeves and James Gunn are getting along very well. And what I understand, at least, that James Gunn has given Matt Reeves the keys to the kingdom, to where it's
Batman.
like he is involved with everything Batman, DCU, or Elseworlds. Whatever is Batman related, whether it be video games, animation, or movies, he will be producing.
I've been saying that for months.
Everything is going to be under his purview with that character.
And yet his Batman is not the main Batman.
It's okay.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make a lick of sense. It's like we're gonna have this guy produce all this stuff.
It's not competence though. We don't have a competence like Sony does, so don't worry about. I wouldn't worry about.
But remember, they're also trying to build up Elseworlds as a thing too.
Yeah.
I mean, if they, I don't know. I just think having both. I mean, this is just my clear opinion. We'll see how it all plays out. But believe that the problem is going to be that audiences are going to pick their preferred version. Not that they are confused by having multiple version, but there will be a clear victor of
But
who
you
is the
have to
better
think about
Batman.
this too. Do you think that Colin Farrell, Zoe Kravitz, Robert Pattinson, do you think that they signed on for this notion that they're going to be in a
I think
giant
they
cinematic universe for 10 plus years,
well they
doing
clearly
video
signed on to
games and
do
all
it
this
its
stuff?
own universe. And I also don't believe that whole the video game stuff either.
Well, even if you leave the video game stuff out of it, they're still going to be
Like
contractually out. Like,
do
do you
you
really
think
think
they
they
will
want to?
do a Batman video game of the DCU and have
Well, no,
everybody
no.
reprise
Like I
their
said,
roles?
I'm saying leave the video game stuff out of it. Do you
Right.
really think Robert Pattinson signed on for like a 10-year thing with Batman?
I
So he's
think
going to
he
be in all
has
these
Well,
to.
movies and
he has
He
to
cartoons?
because
might.
he's doing a trilogy.
Yeah, but a trilogy is very
A
different
trilogy
from.
is going to be 10 years. A
Yes,
trilogy is definitely
but a
10
trilogy is
years.
very different from. You need to be in like all these Justice League movies and these
That's
spin-offs and
true. I
these
mean, that's true.
crossover
It is
movies.
different, but he did 100% sign on to doing the character for at least 10 years. He obviously his agents and all of them have talked, "Hey, this trilogy is
Yes,
going to
I'm just
last at
saying
least
that
10 years."
like okay, the time commitment maybe, but the like the amount of projects,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're adding on a
That's
I
lot
think
more work.
obviously you would have to renegotiate and we would have to see all that stuff. But I think if he's already committed to playing this character, you know that this is a character that is going to I mean, look at what they just introduced now with all these actors, previous actors coming
And
back.
the other
So
thing is
there's
too,
also has to
but
be
the other thing
some
is too
thought
though, real
process.
quick, do you genuinely think watching the Batman that fits with what James Gunn has already released this for?
It can be worked into it. Like
Do
this is
you
the thing, right?
really think so?
Yeah,
I don't.
I
it can
don't
be
at
worked
all.
into it because you and I'll let well again, this is my opinion, right? First off, one, I know Matt Reeves has made it clear that there's no fantastical elements in this universe. But the one thing about this universe that people don't mention or talk about, and this is why I say the term grounded is a weird term to use, because grounded doesn't necessarily mean it's not fantastical. It means that it's grounded in some logic or some reality. Remember, the MCU was considered grounded. And technically, it still is considered grounded. It's just now they have the Guardians of the Galaxies and all these weird characters, right? But there's still some logic to the universe. And when you look at Matt Reeves and a lot of the interviews that he talks about, and I also have the concept art for the Batman, the whole idea of the universe is that it's a Gotham where it is supposed to be an older Gotham that is supposed to be being rebuilt in a high tech fashion, but it failed. And that's why a lot of the elements of the Batman, you're seeing high technology that we don't even have. This is another thing I don't see why it's like people forget that in the Batman, there's technology that he has like literally an eye contact where he's able to see through a camera. Like that's super high tech. Like that's totally fantasy technology because we don't even have that yet. That's
Hmm.
not going to exist
But
for
then the other
years
thing
on
is too, you
end.
have to think about why would they even announce a Batman Brave and the Bold movie if they were
Well,
ever considering
That's another
this?
thing too. Well, they announced a bunch of movies and we haven't heard about them for quite some
I
time.
mean, there's
We're
nothing
getting
announced
movies.
already.
Look at Clayface. Clayface was just announced and it's coming out before
Well,
a
true,
lot of
but
the
he also said
movies
this is
that
only the first half. Like, there's probably been a
I
bunch of ideas that have been kicked around. Some are coming out sooner than
Yeah,
others.
but if it's the first half, a lot of those movies haven't come out. We only gotten two of those movies that are going to be coming out, and we've gotten a lot of other movies announced that weren't part of, or not announced, but are rumored to be in development. And it seems like those movies might even come out before, like Sergeant Rock. So I think, to be honest, the plan is in total flux, and I think James Gunn and Warner Brothers are they're kind of keeping their options open because if they especially with Batman, why wouldn't you fast track a Batman movie in the DCU? Because that is a clear W. If you want an easy W for people to be like, "Oh, I have faith in James Gunn," then it's Batman. It's not Superman, it's Batman. Batman will always be the character that DC is held and defined by. And that's why I say I just
Mhm.
have a hard time believing that if this Matt Reeves universe is extremely successful, right, in terms of box office and then critical praise, why wouldn't you now use that as a way to now make people invested in this new universe by saying, hey, this Matt Reeves universe that you already like is attached to mine? That's my argument. That's why I have that opinion.
But
And
again,
I
though,
am also a little
does
biased
Matt
because I
Reeves want
like
to do
this
that
version.
though?
Does I mean Matt Reeves, I don't know, right? That's going to be up to him. Um
Because I think
because
he
he's has
prefers
said,
having his own side universe,
yeah, but
his
could
own
it
little
also be
playground.
possible that if he has his own playground, does that playground need to interact with the larger DCU?
Well, here's the thing.
Or could it just be a few characters that James Gunn pulls and can use in other projects? That could also be a compromise too, because then it could be that would be totally different from Marvel, where it's like, hey, you can have this corner of the world, do whatever you want with it, and it's not going to be affected by what the other directors are doing,
But I'm just
because he's
saying,
already kind of doing that.
but do you real again, based off of what you've seen from what Matt Reeves has done thus far, can you realistically see a Superman or a Cersei or a Weasel running around in that universe to
I
where
don't
it
think they
makes
would
sense and
appear in the
fits?
Batman. I
No,
don't think
no, of
it would
course not.
appear in
But
the
can you see
Batman.
Robert Pattinson's
Well,
Batman interacting
Like
with any of that
I don't
stuff?
really understand the point of these questions because I literally laid it out that I think it can fit into
the
it. You just
problem.
need a lot of you would need either one, certain characters couldn't appear in the Batman universe because it would throw off the tone. Just like how we wouldn't expect the Guardians of the Galaxy showing up in a Winter Soldier movie, right? It's not going to fit. Like whatever the tone of the movie is establishing, that's what the audience is going to go by. And I think the DCU again is James Gunn clearly is not beholden of this idea of what the MCU did, where things have to be similar in tone for there to be consistency. And I think once he has already established, hey, all these different types of directors are going to coexist in this world, I think it's totally I don't really see the problem. I think the only problem is that, yeah, there's going to be fans, but I really, like, to be honest, James Gunn clearly doesn't care about fans and what they have to say because they
I
cry and
mean,
complain about all types of
I
nonsense.
just
Like,
it's,
this
if
week
you
it was about Cersei.
Oh no,
Like,
yeah,
well,
I
you
understand.
know
Lion
what I
I mean,
mean? So
I
it's
see
like,
your
Lion
point.
who
did does
cares,
have
I'm
right?
avoid
not
us
saying
stuff.
it's an
I mean,
avenue they couldn't do. I just think there's some challenges going down that
I
road.
don't think, I think the challenges are really just creative challenges, and that's really it. The creative challenge of, well, we've already established this world and we already, I mean, the thing is, they say things and they go back on it all the time. So I feel like, first off, one, Matt Reeves is not, it's not like he's um against the comics and what the fantastical tone. It's just that in his vision he wanted it to be something a little bit more different. And the thing is, over time, that could change. Maybe in this trilogy, it doesn't make sense because there's a larger story that's being told there. And he's already said that all these movies are building on each other. It's not going to be just, like The Dark Knight, where one story, here's one story with Batman Begins, and we're not going to revisit it again. Maybe a little bit, but you know, the trilogy is going to be more connected, and that's why they even gave it an official name. It's called the Batman Crime Saga, because it is building up to something, and
yeah.
they're probably going to do other spin-offs. So I just find this whole Elseworld conversation. I think
Yeah.
Elseworlds works
But
when
like
it's a
I said,
radical change.
I'm trying to keep it as vague as possible, but it's just
Yeah.
how James Gunn views and depicts Batman. It's such a stark contrast to what Pattinson is that you would either have to retroactively change Pattinson up creatively,
Right.
or you would, I don't know. It's just
That's my kind of argument, because again, I haven't seen the rest of Creature Commandos, but at the same time, we're getting a character in Creature Commandos that could also be radically changed too with Clayface because of this movie,
well,
right?
yeah, yeah.
I'm
Well,
sure
the Clayface that you
yeah,
see in Creature Commandos is probably the one they're doing the movie about. So,
but I'm still pretty sure that Mike Flanagan is not going to be beholden to what James Gunn did,
oh no, of
because then
course
that
not.
would
I mean,
be
yeah,
defeat the whole purpose of everything, right? So
It's the same character, just a different story. Probably.
Yeah, I just think that this problem could definitely go away if maybe the Batman doesn't do super well or doesn't do this, like it's like
Yeah, no, I
not a
understand.
smash
I
hit.
think this Batman situation is like the biggest thing they have to figure out going
Yeah.
forward because it is kind of a sticky situation.
I'm
But at
just
the same,
saying the problem would show up, in my opinion. I had a 10 kill streak just talking. This is fucking crazy. Let's keep going. But I think the problem will show up if that movie does extremely well. And that's really my argument. That's why I'm making this case. It's like if this movie does extremely well, and it does better than The Brave and the Bold, they just created a problem that I don't think any studio had before.
Even the Penguin show, I mean, like, create a problem. This getting nominated for Emmys and stuff. Like, it's this Robert Pattinson or Colin Farrell want to work on the DCU, where they probably wouldn't get nominated for any kind of major awards, or they rather stay in the Batman universe, where they probably would more likely get nominated for awards.
Does it really matter to them though? I think it more matters on who's producing it, who's backing it, all that stuff. Not so much of whether it's in a, because the thing is, if Matt Reeves is still behind it all, maybe they would be like, okay, you know what, we trust Matt Reeves. Maybe it's going to be a little bit,
thing is,
and on top of that too, it's not like these characters are going to be 15 kill streak.
This character's not going to be like a
triple kill.
Triple kill. That's what's going to happen.
Quad kill. Holy shit, this was fucking insane. Oh, look. Oh, okay, fuck. That was insane. Holy shit. 27 kills. Quad kill streak.
Quad kill streak? Oh.
Okay, so yeah, I think, and this is another thing too that we were talking about yesterday, was what extent is this universe and the world building. I think that's also another problem because he keeps saying it's like Star Wars, right? But here's the thing, Star Wars over time had to build out its universe.
The thing is, they had to create
Meanwhile,
Star Wars had to create characters and stuff like that.
Well, that's not what I wanted to say. It was like,
yeah. Go ahead.
Hold on, I just made a fucking massive mistake. I just pressed my alt by accident. Okay, whatever. Okay, what I wanted to say was Star Wars had the trilogy, and then eventually over time they kept building on it and kept building on it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like we're in the middle of a universe that.
No, they had a.
I mean, it I don't know if I can really articulate it well. I just think the comparison to Star Wars, it makes sense, but I think if there's all these characters running around now, I think some people are going to be like, well, how does this character exist, or doesn't this conflict with these different things? And like, look at what people were doing recently with Cersei. They're like, oh, Cersei is this character, why is she be able to be defeated by Weasel and Dr. Phosphorus, right, or whatever, right? Sorry,
yeah, Phosphorus. Yeah, it was.
Right, so and it's like, I'm sure that this is going to keep coming up where fans are going to point out something and be like, well, if we're using the comics as a basis, which that's also another problem too, that I think maybe James Gunn is going to realize is, are people supposed to be comparing this universe to the comics? Or is it its own thing?
I think the problem is, I think the DCU, whether it's the Snyder stuff, they established very powerful characters that are very powerful in the comics to be very, very OP. Mm-hmm. I think that's the issue. That's the problem. Where where Marvel, where you see like very powerful OP characters in Marvel and MCU, they kind of depowered them, right?
Well, I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say they're depowered. I would say that they're the MCU version of those characters.
But yeah, you're right. DC did not do that.
But I feel like James Gunn is trying to base these characters based on the I don't know how to articulate it, because like today I couldn't believe that people were talking about the power scaling, and you're like, but this is the DCU version of Cersei. We don't even know anything about her power set, and yet why are people judging it? Yeah, but you haven't seen her
turning into a blasphemorph yet. Like, isn't that her thing?
Yeah, and so it's like, are people, just because she's an established character and we haven't seen her origin, are people going off of the comics to say, well, okay, I guess it's going to be similar.
I guess it's because they're dealing with monsters, and Cersei is considered a goddess. Like a goddess should be able to take down regular mortals. I guess. I mean, even if they're monsters, you know, like if they're taking on somebody like, I guess that's the reason why a goddess versus monsters and a robot. You see my point?
Right.
Like, because everybody, I think it's what right? Because I think everybody sees yeah, she's a goddess. Gods should be a lot more powerful than mortals. Should be easy able to take them down, be regular mortals, regular humans, stuff like that. I think that's one of the reasons why. Is that possible?
I don't know. I just think like there's certain Cersei's not a character that was introduced in live action, and so I feel like
nope.
We don't have like a basis of the character, right? Like how are we supposed to judge the character and their powers?
And the thing is, she's not really. She actually does some combat fighting. She's not really known for combat fighting. She's more for like using magic than combat skills.
I mean, she's kind of known for magic, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a comment that was on Threads and James Gunn answered it, and James Gunn was like, well, Cersei has to use her hands for magic, and you're like, well, how would we have known that? I mean, I'm not bothered by the fact that they were able to take out Cersei, right? It's just part of the story. It's like what Stan Lee used to say. It's like, whoever wins, it's because of the writer,
Stan Lee did say that. Whoever wrote the comic wins, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's not like, I do think it's a little bit weird. I had 38 kills.
Good, great.
So I don't know. I just feel like when fans always bring that up, it's annoying because it's like, like it was like with No Way Home, where people are like, how did Doctor Strange get bested by Spider-Man? It's because of the story. They needed to do that for the story reasons, right? People are like, hey, isn't that technically bad writing?
Here's the thing about movies and TV shows. Throw your logic bin outside. Throw your logic sense outside, okay? Like, there's a lot of things you can watch in movies and TV shows that don't make sense. This should not happen in real life. This should not, stuff like that. Like, what could I give an example? I don't know. It's a good example. I think, but like, cop shows, perfect example. They solve a crime in a week.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh, by the way, where did RJ go?
I think
sorry.
Connection issues or something. He's trying to come back. But cop shows are a perfect example.
I can't even see the chat too.
Cop shows are a perfect example. Cop shows and cop movies. How they are specifically cop shows. A week goes by. They catch the actual suspect who committed the crime. When you know in real life, that's not the case. That's because it's the show. It's because of the show, right? Stuff like that. It's stuff like that. Oh, let's continue this. Let's continue this, woman.
And the director was like, "This is hilarious," and took out his own personal cell phone and filmed the sequence from behind the scenes for himself to have. I mean, that's really weird. All right, I don't want to be clear. I'm not saying James Gunn should be canceled. I just think it's an attitude.
What? Where did she get this idea? Cancellation, James Gunn, for what?
Wait, what? What is she even saying? I don't even.
What? Cancellation? Let me go back.
But that leads to me. So I think you'll never see a Gunn versus Batman. I think he's going to.
Does she know what?
Put those things together. Okay. I want to, Choose the Bear pointed out, I just want to make one little comment. I know that some of you are saying that Maria Bakalova posted that herself.
Oh.
Well, she did.
Oh.
But I think that there is the dynamic of power, the power structure, as some people brought up. But the reason that it's really wrong is that imagine if there was like a live action scene like that. And they were filming, and the director was like, "This is hilarious," and took out his own personal cell phone and filmed the sequence from behind the scenes for himself to have. I mean, that's really weird. All right.
So she's saying, Maria Balakova, I think that's her name, right? She posted that, the lines, the recordings to the sex scene, right? So what she's saying, if just say some random director, somebody on set in a live action movie recorded that, did the exact same thing, recorded that. Here's the thing. Where did she get that? Come on. Come on. That's disgusting and pervy. I mean, like, come on, Grace, please. Then what did she say about cancellation?
I don't want to be clear. I'm not saying James Gunn should be canceled. I just think it's like, dude, choose the bear.
But you specifically said James Gunn's name there. You said, I don't think James Gunn should be canceled. Insinuating James Gunn would do that. That's what she's implying. Is that what you get from that?
Kind of.
Yeah. Are you implying James Gunn would do that? Like, you know what? She has called him a misogynist, right? She's really I think she slanders this James Gunn. I think she's really slandering him.
She says a lot of weird things about James Gunn for sure.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder posted an image of Batman doing something naughty to Catwoman. He sure did, and I thought that was equally wrong. I will be fair about it. I thought that was equally really poor judgment on both their parts.
When was that, though?
That was like 3 years ago. The Snyder first came out. That was 3 years ago.
So she's gonna hold him against things that he did like all these years ago. Like if it was recent, okay, but like I don't even know what incident she's even talking about. Like she has all these things, and you're like, I don't even know what that is. Like you seem to, for someone who doesn't like James Gunn, you seem to know and follow a lot of the shit that he's saying, and building it up and using it. I mean, to be honest, I mean she does YouTube. Sorry, I forgot. That was a stupid kind of argument, but I don't know. It's just like I don't even really remember that. So like I kind of wish you would kind of show an example where it's like. I mean, I thought James Gunn was kind of done doing stuff like that because there was that whole controversy before Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not sure if people remember this, but he had like a list of like characters he wanted to have sex with. Does anybody remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Marvel had to like come out and do something about it, but yeah.
Her point doesn't even make sense because when Maria Balakova released that and James Gunn, did the same thing, whatever, retweeted, whatever. Then she said, oh, if they did a live action and somebody just taped it on the phone and had it for private, then whatever. It doesn't make sense because they wouldn't release that if it was live action. They would not release that if it was a live action sex scene. They would not release that publicly on X or Twitter or anything like that. And the private phone doesn't even make sense where she gets the idea. Right? She should say publicly. They would not release that. Voice acting is different. And the voice acting, I can see why they released that. But in live action, they would not release a sex scene clip on X on Twitter. The studio, if fans might, because fans, you're allowed on X, right? You're allowed to X on the post nudity and stuff. But I guarantee the studios, the director wouldn't, the actress wouldn't, right? Like the actor wouldn't. They would not. The fans would. Fans would, but not the studios, not James Gunn. They wouldn't. And right? And besides, it was just fucking moaning. Who cares?
Similar overlap in James Gunn and Zack Snyder, who, by the way, both got their start with that zombie movie, Dawn of the Dead. That's right. James Gunn, I think, worked on the script. But yeah, I'll be fair. Zack Snyder doing that was wildly inappropriate. Okay? It was really wrong, But whatever. But we all move on.
Oh, when Zack Snyder did.
Dude. And then you move on. All right. So anyway. You know, it's nothing wrong with the scene, and I want to make it clear also that I never had any complaints about the scenes in Creature Commandos. I have no problem with that. It's the behind the scenes, which is supposed to be a safe space, particularly for scenes like that, where I think there's some issue. And I think that even if James Gunn and Maria Bakalova are okay with it, it creates a really bad and dangerous precedent for other actors and directors, particularly other actresses. And it wasn't lost on me that it was focusing on Maria.
Fuck, man. It's cartoon. They're not gonna do it live action. They would never do something like that live action, okay? They would never do something like that live action. They would not have the sex. No studio would post a clip or a behind the scenes of a sex scene live action. None. This is just voice acting. It's different.
Did people really like? People were really mad at?
They made a big fucking deal about it. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so glad I just like get off of Twitter and all this stuff because it's like, I feel like people, in all honesty, like they're looking to always get mad at something and to reaffirm their beliefs. I mean, I guess we're all kind of like that, but social media, I think, is just in a perpetual state of that. It's just like there's certain people, obviously they're not gonna like James Gunn, so anytime he does something, they will use it as ammo, even if it is something that, I mean, like this, like they put that out there as a joke, like to laugh at because it's funny, but and the show is also a rated R show too, but it's like, oh, because James Gunn is overseeing all this stuff, I guess it looks bad and all that. I mean, yeah, maybe PR wise probably should have never done it, but because he's the head of the studio, he just doesn't give a fuck, right? So, but I don't know, like I think some people really do. I don't know, like this is always going to happen. That's why it's like, do we really always need to give certain things attention when we all know that everybody's going to forget about it the next day? Like it's not going to matter. You know, like we should talk about things that actually do
It's
matter.
not like, here's the thing, it's not like they released a sex scene as a clip because we didn't see them having sex. We just knew they had sex, but you didn't see them.
Yeah, it was the sound.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's just a joke. Honestly, it's just a harmless
Yeah.
joke. It's in line with the show. I mean, who like I don't
Who
really
fucking
understand.
cares?
Like, yeah, it's like I don't know. It's just some controversies. Listen, I'm saying it's like a Twitter social media thing. I'm sure that clip was posted to Twitter. It wasn't even posted to Threads or Blue Sky.
It was probably. I think it was.
I think it was Twitter.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think it was. I forget. I think he did them both.
All right.
Yeah, that could be possible too.
All right. So I know why he did it, but I thought it was not correct. All right.
Because he has a sense of humor, like unlike you.
All right. So let's move on. All right. Movie versus show. All right. This is the question. Why is this a movie? Why?
Because they have a. I hate when people say it's because they had a great idea. They think it could be successful. That's how movies get made.
And Mike
How
Flanagan
many times do people have to keep saying shit like this? It's so
and Mike
stupid.
Flanagan wrote it as a movie. He didn't write it as a TV show. He wrote it as a movie for the attention for this to be a movie. Okay? This is Mike Flanagan. I bet you Mike Flanagan went up to them. I bet you that have Mike Flanagan went up to them. You know, I got this great idea for this Clayface movie. I think it could fit in your universe. And it'd be like,
yeah, and they heard the pitch and then they liked the pitch and that's it. That's
yeah. Okay.
Stupid Wolverine, man.
What? Why? It makes absolutely no sense that this is a movie. I don't like.
I got greedy, man.
I just want to say on a side note, that's another reason that I have a problem with those kinds of posts because it totally detracts from what we're supposed to be talking about. And
you know what? I wish my
is it? But that's because everybody like they get freaking mad at all the dumbest things in the world. It's like holy shit! Like goddamn, people are lunatics when it comes to this shit. Like minor things people always bitch and moan about. It's so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no substance to it whatsoever. Like I can understand if people are like, "Hey, this is like wildly inappropriate for a studio to do," but it's like, dude, the show literally is a rated R show, and it's has that sense of humor, the same type of clip that he posted. So it's like, what's the big deal? You know what I mean? Like it's not like it's being like, like I feel like some people need to pick their battles properly. Like it seems like everything is a battle with these people, even if it's just, oh my God, like the way he freaking posted it, right? Like what he said recently, or he posted this picture I don't like, and it's like a minor picture, like I don't know. It's just like, and Grace is full of this too. Grace is like so obsessed with the online stuff, and it's like, I think a lot of people think it always translates to real life. I think in some cases, if there's like a overwhelming opinion that is heard in countless communities, I would take it serious. But when it comes to minor things like the comic book community, I would be very
Or
skeptical.
the video game community.
Yeah, or the video game community, because it never ends up translating to like, oh yeah, everybody agrees. Like with this Naughty Dog situation, like I think maybe the game would probably sell extremely well, despite all these people saying it's woke and all this stuff, right? People are still going to buy it because it's Naughty Dog, and if the game gets good reviews, of course people are going to buy it. It's PlayStation, So I think sometimes, or when people are like, "Oh, I'm not going to buy GTA because it's woke now," you honestly believe people are going to stop buying GTA?
Yeah.
They're not going to buy GTA 6 because it's woke? You're fucked out of your mind.
They said this is the same people. Oh, I'm gonna stop watching Star Wars and Disney and Marvel, but they still watch it.
Well, yeah, they saw Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, with Star Wars, that's a totally different case. But
No.
I don't know. I just feel like people say certain things, and it's like, is it true? I don't know. I don't know if it's true.
And that's the work, and the characters. And by the way, I'd like to point out that for the most part, this is supposed to be all ages spaces. All right, like I think the DC content skews a little older, but I think that you still, I think to some degree, kids do see these things. So.
Yeah, but Creature Commandos is a rated R show, is it not?
Creature Commando, the kids are not going to watch Creature Commandos because it's on late at night and it's a small audience. Like,
but it's a rated R show. It's a TV mature show.
There's a reason why it's like 11:30 p.m. On Adult Swim at our time, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason why, right? It's not for this. It's not for kids. It's not for kids. Creature and right. Superman's different. If she's assuming Superman's meant for adults only, no, Superman's not going to be like Creature Commandos. It's going to be PG-13. It's going to be more like Guardians than his rated R stuff.
So, I mean, like, look how that just derailed our conversation. And it's not fun. Nobody wants to do it. And, let's just focus on the characters.
It derailed the conversation because you let it.
Yeah.
Shop Amazon last
Sick of these people. Holy shit! Like, you don't have to get like. I swear, people. You don't have to. Listen, if something bothers you or you don't enjoy it, you don't have to give air to it. You could fucking ignore it. And I feel like sometimes Grace does this thing where it's. Let's be honest. She doesn't like James Gunn. Okay, and she always has to tiptoe around that, and that's because she likes to play that passive aggressive bullshit game. She can't straight up admit and say I don't like James Gunn. Just say you do not like James Gunn. But because you can't say that, because then people are going to say, well, now you're biased, which is stupid, because of course you're biased. Everybody's freaking biased. Just come clean and admit it, that you don't like James Gunn because of the things that he said in the past about you. I think that's totally fair. But she won't, because she wants to play this stupid game. She wants everybody on her side, and it's stupid. That's why I don't like Grace.
You know what? If people are gonna choose James Gunn, I mean, we admit she's lied before. She lied on this stream, like.
So why is this a show? I mean, why is this a movie and not a show? It seems so clear to me that this should be the next iteration of the Penguin.
Maybe read the article on Mike Flanagan. Why this is a movie? Maybe read that. You do your research, which I commend you for. But you gotta do more research. You gotta actually do more research on why this is gonna be a movie. Because if you know, Mike Flanagan wrote the script, wrote the screenplay as a movie, not as a show.
Right. But I mean, he pitched it as a movie, and yeah, maybe they are looking for their next Penguin and Joker. I mean, look, the Penguin and the Joker were widely successful. Maybe Joker not critically, but you know what I mean. They both seem to the idea of doing a
Not
villain
Joker
movie
2.
and doing
You
a
mean not
villain
Joker 2.
movie,
Joker
not
2.
Joker 2, but Joker 1 is what I
Yeah.
mean. Right. I could see the logic in wanting to do another villain Batman movie because Batman villains are successful, right? They're well known, they're well beloved, and if you do just a straight up villain movie and you explore the character and how they're a villain and not an anti-hero like the Sony movies, you could have a popular movie. It could make a ton of money, especially if it's low budget. I think it's a smart move.
Yeah.
So when I reviewed The Penguin, I said they should do a different series. It should be an anthology series. You know, Sean, you might say that the difference is money, but I think that this would be better received as a series. There are rumors that Clayface might show up in the Batman 2. I haven't heard anything about that. I hope they don't make the movie too crowded.
I mean, I know what I mean. If she's just trolling, I'd be pissed off. I'd be angry if that is not going to be a Clayface. Eve Carlo is not going to be a Clayface. But
shit, he swallowed me right when I was trying to kill Hawkeye. I think I have 20 kills. I have the most.
Also, how would Clayface work with Mr. Freeze? I think you can have 8 hours of Clayface, Niall. I mean, if someone said to you, I'm going to do 8 hours of the Penguin, you would have laughed as well. I mean, either they know what they're doing or they don't. I think
how
a
are we
Clayface
losing?
series that's horror based, like Mike Flanagan's other work. Let's get his shows up here. Look at that body of work.
maybe Mike Flanagan doesn't want to do TV. He's done TV for Netflix for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years.
I mean, if this movie is successful, I would not be surprised in the slightest that they do a DC movie or DC show with him.
Right? He has done 4 or 5 shows for Netflix, right? Maybe he doesn't want to do 4 or 5. Maybe he wants to do movies now. Maybe he wants to go back to the filming, directing movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like,
he's fallen off a bit. I think that House of Usher and Midnight Club were not nearly as good as the Haunting series and Midnight Mass. But I think Mike Flanagan clearly does a better job in this space. So, because, I mean, the Penguin ratings were not great.
well, obviously you haven't seen Dr. Sleep, huh?
Fair. But I think that also behooves that the movie would probably you can kind of hide the ratings. And I think that the Penguin is saved by all of the awards nominations that it's getting. So that's what people are going to point to. And that's how the game works. You either get viewership and box office or you get awards.
Well, let's be honest. A lot of stuff that gets nominated for awards don't exactly have the highest viewership or don't exactly make the most money at the box office.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been like that. It's mostly been like that. 95% of the time it's been like that. Okay?
Right.
And they rely in the awards in those movies rely on digital or streaming when they go on streaming or digital because of people watching award season. If like a major film that doesn't do well at the box office, that's decent at the box office, wins a major award, people are going to watch it. They're going to watch on they're going to digitally with digital, right? Like our demand. That's what's going to happen. That's what that's what they're hoping on when they win the award, right?
Right.
That's the idea. That's the idea.
Yeah, I mean the thing is also too, I mean with Grace, she always goes back to that the views thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I want to point out that even though Mike Flanagan isn't directing, man, his box office is awful. All right, let's take a look at Mike Flanagan's box office. Oh my God, it's so horrible. This guy just can't.
Okay, but like,
this
is
81.
This is gonna be stupid too. The stuff she's gonna bring up here.
We can't see the numbers. There we go. That's better. Okay. Oculus was a small movie. It was like really not a small movie. I mean, it had Carrie Gillian in it, but it was a small movie. It wasn't suspected to make a lot anyway. Origi, yeah, it was Origi Origin Evil was expected to make a lot anymore. I mean, Doctor Sleep, I guess technically it was did not do well. But
yeah, I would say Doctors. I mean, Ouija was a sequel to a movie that did bad.
yeah,
And so, I mean, and in all honesty, he hasn't really done a lot of movies. Um, and yeah, maybe his box office isn't great, but I feel like again, he hasn't done a lot of movies. He's done a lot of smaller budget movies, and this movie is a smaller budget too. So I feel like, I don't know, she's gonna say because it's a franchise movie, it's gonna need to
and
make a
look,
certain amount and all that stuff that she
and
usually
look,
says.
and in Netflix really helped. I mean, Doctor Sleep was his biggest movie until Life of Chuck. Life of Chuck is going to become his second biggest movie because of the casting of it.
Mhm.
But Netflix really helped his career out because almost everything they did for Netflix was highly praised. So we're like, you know what? Studios, you know what? Mike Flanagan should direct this kind of horror like movie. And then look at Life of Chuck. I mean, look at the casting: Tom Hiddleston, right? And then Clayface. I mean, we don't know who's going to be in Clayface, but I mean, who's going to be acting as Clayface?
Right.
I don't think it's going to be attitudeic. I don't.
No, it's not going to be. It's going to be a bigger kind of actor, an actor who is at least recognizable or is more of a character actor. That's because I mean, if you're doing a Clayface movie, I mean, you're gonna want someone like Joaquin Phoenix or what's his name? I'm blanking on his name.
Colin
Guy who
Farrell?
plays, yeah, you know what I mean, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, you want those actors are not necessarily, or you know, at the
I
time they
bet you
weren't big draws, but
I bet you in the next few months we're gonna get an announcement of who's playing Clayface because this movie's coming out September next year. I mean, it has to be quick, right? Like, they have to have an idea, right? Like, they had to be very close to casting Clayface, right?
Right.
I mean, we're probably going to hear, oh, this guy's in the running of Clayface, right? Next few months, this guy's running Clayface, or they're going to have their Clayface. They might have him down already. It should be Tom Holland because Tom Holland's getting casted everything for 2026. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
1 million.
Yeah, hold on, I'm
Only
in the middle of a
35
game.
total domestic. Oculus, 27.6. That's his first
No,
movie.
but this movie is
Hey,
gonna
look
make
what a flop Doctor Sleep was. I hated Doctor Sleep. I know some of you.
Look, this movie is only 40 million reported budget. If this movie does successfully well, I'm not expecting huge like over 500 million, but if it does like 300 to 400 million, to say that's a profit. That's a success.
Yeah.
Right?
Remember, Grace is the same person who says Alien Romulus wasn't a success.
Oh yeah. Well, she says it's not a horror movie either. It's not a horror.
Yeah,
fan.
she says it's not a horror movie. It's not a success. Why? Where? Okay, first off, Grace never explains her rule of thumb of how much these movies need to make in order to be
what's her
qualified as a
threshold?
success, and how come Disney themselves have pretty much considered it a success to the point where they greenlit a sequel, and then now she looks dumbfounded and she can't say anything, and she just, instead of being like, you know what, okay, I was wrong. She just dies on that hill. She's like, no, it's not a success and Disney's stupid. That's what she was doing when they announced the sequel. She was like, by these numbers, it shouldn't have gotten a sequel. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, but you're not the executive. You don't even know what parameters they set in terms of what they consider a success for that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just nonsense, man. With Grace.
You swear by that movie, but you're a small group. Because Dr. Sleep only got to 71.7 worldwide. Worldwide!
Got busted by Star-Lord.
Mike Flanagan.
Every day is like Christmas.
Because all Christmas music is now played.
On 98.1 CHFI.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
Life can be expensive. At Toyota, we help your money go further with reliable vehicles designed to match your lifestyle, no matter where the road takes you. It's time to find the Toyota that's right for you. Visit shoptoyota.ca.
Flanagan does not understand the movie space, but he does understand the show space.
Does not understand the movie space.
So to me, this is screaming.
And Grace does, huh? Grace does.
Yeah, the guy who makes movies for a living doesn't understand the fucking movie space.
But a movie critic on YouTube does. It's in the business.
I don't know why she says things like that. It's like, it's insulting. It's insulting in all honesty. Like, all these people who work in the industry, they don't know how it works. They don't know.
If I was Mark Flanagan, I'd be like the Grace. Okay, if it's so easy, why don't you do it? Like, come on.
Penguin follow-up. It's in the Reeves verse. It's Mike Flanagan. It's
not in the Reeves verse.
Villain. It fits after. I think it's a great follow-up to the Penguin. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, by the way,
as a movie, I'm less sure.
We're trimming that.
So yes, Mike Flanagan is only writing it. Mike Flanagan. The reason he's only writing it is because he's doing The Exorcist. There you go. The Exorcist. David Gordon Green or whatever, who did the Halloween remake of Michael Myers, he flushed that down the toilet eventually, and then he did another Exorcist, and he flushed that one down the toilet as well. That's right, Liam. The character, the Penguin's
did another
girlfriend,
Exorcist?
Eve, is named Carlo.
What did
so
you just
even
say?
Can cross over. That's right. I bet you that is what they do anyway, even for the movie, because it is all the same universe. Oh, would they race bend Clayface then? That would be very interesting. And also, what it would look like...
Not just race bend, they gender bend, too. Both, Grace.
For him, if he... they never talked about the fact that if a character would morph into different ethnicities and how that would maybe change...
Oh my God, can you imagine that?
Wait, what? Hold on. What did she just say? Go back. Play that again.
I heard
the Halloween remake of Michael Myers.
Oh yeah,
I
heard that.
Flushed that down the toilet eventually, and then he did another Exorcist, and he flushed that one down the toilet as well. That's right, Liam. The character, the Penguin's girlfriend, Eve, is named Carlo, so it even can cross over. That's right. I bet you that is what they do anyway, even for the movie, because it is all the same universe.
Here we go.
Oh, would they race bend Clayface then? That would be very interesting. And also, what it would look like for him if he, they never talked about the fact that if a character would morph into different ethnicities and how that would maybe change their situation. That could be very interesting.
Whoa! Change their situation.
Whoa!
I can't be the only one who think. Where's Degrassi? Like, where's Degrassi when you need him? Like, what the heck? Like, we needed him to hear what she's saying here. This is wild, right? Like, we're not the only ones thinking that's crazy to say.
No.
Like, a shape. First off, are they living? Okay, first off, they would have to be living their life to see the effects. Like, usually it's just a transformation to get away or to impersonate someone. It's not like they're living their life. I mean, now that I think about it, that could be interesting, but then wouldn't it not be a story about Clayface? It would be weird. I don't know. I think story-wise, I mean, that's obviously what happened with Arkham City, where he was pretending to be the Joker, and it was a cool twist. So it's like, oh, would you do a movie where it's him pretending to be someone else? I don't know. That doesn't... At that point, why make it a Clayface movie unless that's kind of the point? I don't know. It's just a weird comment. It's weird. Like, I don't know. Grace says weird things. When it comes to minorities, she always says weird things.
When it comes to politics, when she inserts politics in her things, it's like, what the fuck? Seriously?
All right.
The Star-Lord got me.
That's fascinating to me. That reminds me a little bit of The Watchmen. The way they redid that series. You know, if it is the Reevesverse, the character, if it, unless they just totally ignore the Carlo last name, they probably will race bend the character. That's very interesting.
Maybe you should talk to your source, your Creston, your source. Okay.
Yeah. No kidding, right?
Oh, Degrassi is here.
Oh, he is here. Okay, great. Did you hear what she just said, right?
I don't know.
I'm not crazy that it's weird.
I don't know if you caught this earlier, Degrassi, but she said, no, now that you know, this video is posted before confirmation that Clayface is going to be part of the DCU universe. But she did say in this video, and people that watch this stream can back me up. I know Blind has heard it too, and people that watched it heard it before you came in. She said her source told her that the Clayface movie is going to be part of the Batman universe. I'm not making this up. There's facts.
Yeah, that's what she said.
She said that to Degrassi. She said that her source told her the Clayface movie is going to be the Batman universe. That's what she said. So we call her a fucking lie. We call her in a lie. A major lie. Again.
I wonder who's going to get it. That's very interesting.
Oh my god.
But I think that could be fascinating. I got to tell you, I think it's wrong to make it a movie.
Why?
And I think a realistic take is difficult. What is he, just a master of disguise? That's stupid. But anyway, I think this is great. I think this is a very promising package. And
you think it's great, but you want it to be a TV show.
But you just said it was stupid?
Yeah. You want it to be a TV show, and he's not a success.
There's a great... What? What? She just said it's a great package, but it's like, isn't the idea part of the package too? That's why they're freaking doing it?
Yeah.
What? Like, what? Like, let's get this freaking Star-Lord out of here, man. Get the hell out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of my face, bro.
I think this is very exciting
fuck out of
news,
here.
but I think this would be a TV show. Fuck's sake.
Fucking hell, these goddamn... Trigger me. I'm getting this Venom too. Get this fucking Venom out of here.
Is Grace making you more pissed off so you can take it on your
Yeah, I'm taking it out on these freaking dummies, bro. Get out of here. I'm racking up all these kills, like freaking triple kill. I'm getting a quad kill. Get the hell out of here, man. Get the hell out of here. That was insane, man.
To James Gunn for, I think, putting together his second killer package. I don't know if I feel good enough about Supergirl just yet. Damn. I don't love the casting on Supergirl, to be honest with you, and I feel that it's
Supergirl's the one movie that I just think that was
unnecessary problems.
That's not like the greatest second.
I know. The great James Gunn saw first couple episodes of House of Dragon with that same actress, but I couldn't really. Can you really get a sense that this is your?
I could see her as Supergirl. I don't have a problem with the casting. I think the idea of a Supergirl movie this soon, especially right after Superman, it's like, I don't know. I think it's a little much. Like, you needed a different character. That's just my opinion, though. But yeah.
No, the Superman trailer is probably gonna air before the movie. I mean, they're not gonna. Yeah, the thing is, the Superman trailer is gonna air. It's not going to air after Christian Commando. She has an audience besides her detractors? I don't know.
Rob Wall, it's funny that you say Hugh Grant in Paddington Paddington 2. If Clayface was older, Hugh Grant, and they didn't go.
No, not freaking Hugh Grant.
I got to tell you, maybe she could be his sister. I got to tell you, Hugh Grant would make a great
No,
Clayface.
He wouldn't.
Wow, I love that idea.
No.
I'm on the phone. I'm okay. I'll make Eve Carlo his sister, and I will put. I want Hugh Grant. I just shot.
Well, you're not gonna get that because Eve Carlo's in a different universe.
He would be phenomenal. If you've seen Heretic, which again, as I told you, feels like a really awful first date.
Because it's funny, Degrassi.
I just think that's amazing.
What do you think I do? I get like a laugh out of her.
No, not Mr. Freeze, Lisa. I think Jeremy Strong should be Mr. Freeze. All right, so yes, kudos to James Gunn. I think Lanterns is great, a great package, and I think this
Kudos
is
to James Gunn. Really?
great package. I feel very strong about this.
Frick, get out of there.
Thank you, Rob Wall. All right, so let me go take a look at some of your super chats. Now we're going to do questions and comments about this.
Oh, we want to do this. Man, this is like 3 hours.
Bet you can't hit those
I
gloves
said
from here.
this is going to be a longer
Watch
stream.
me.
This is 2.5 hours so far.
Nathan says, hey, Grace, Clayface is a great DC character, but is he big enough villain to write a wide enough audience to make the show successful? I don't know. Penguin didn't do very well, but it got a lot of awards. So,
Ooh, why did I do that? That's
and I
stupid.
gotta tell you, if they do a really strong horror take on it, this could do well, especially with Mike Flanagan's name attached. I don't know about it. I think a movie's a big mistake. I just can't tell you what a mistake I think is to do this as a movie rather than
And then the movie makes a shit ton of money. I hope the movie makes a shit ton of money now.
Because I want.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope so too. I hope every time a movie Grace hates does extremely well.
Even the shitty ones. Even the shitty ones.
Yeah, even the shitty ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like I'm glad Craven bombed because she actually liked that movie. So it's like just I'm just gonna yesterday I was talking about haters and like I'm a hater. I'm a hater of Grace. You know what I mean? I watch her content, but like I'm a hater. Because that's how much she just pisses me off.
I mean, I could be considered a hater now. I mean, I'm
the hell out of there.
The thing is, I wasn't a hater before. I just laugh at the stuff, but some of her stuff lately has just been pissing me off.
Wolverine.
It's an Ivy movie. No, we can't give everybody their own movie. This is ridiculous. I like the idea of giving everybody an anthology series
if it
on
makes
Max,
money,
so
yeah.
I don't think they should be on
Yeah,
HBO.
but I don't think Poison Ivy movie is gonna happen. If it's gonna be a Poison Ivy movie, it's gonna be like Gotham City Sirens. I guarantee it's gonna be the three of them: Catwoman, Ivy, and Harley Quinn. I think that's most likely what's gonna happen. Not a Poison Ivy solo. But you think so?
I don't know. No clue.
It'd be like Margot. If it's Margot Robbie and Jessica Chastain as Poison Ivy, Grace Red will be pissed off. Jessica Chastain.
It's really hurting HBO. HBO's like they lost their Sunday to the IPs. Sean says, "So are we? Are you saying that the Gunverse and the Reevesverse are to merge? Because you want Pattinson to stay as Bats? This is just a theory that I have right now. I haven't heard anything about it, just to be clear. But
you saw my reply to you to Grassy on X. I'm sorry, Degrassi. I had to reply to you on X with that.
The fact that none of us have heard anything about James Gunn's other Batman movie moving forward, and that he and Matt Reeves seem so close. I mean, he's really doing a lot to build up Matt Reeves.
That's the thing that still gets
universe.
me. If they weren't close, I wouldn't be saying that opinion about the Batman being the DCU.
I think they have
Batman,
a good.
right?
I think it is to have a good relationship.
Maybe it's they have a good relationship because James Gunn does want the Batman in his universe.
Maybe secretly.
Maybe secretly. And Matt Reeves is the one saying no, and so he keeps giving him projects to produce so he can swing them up.
Yeah, he's buttering them all up. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like buttering them up and shit.
What do you? Here. You want me as a producer on this? Okay. You want me as a producer on this? Give me.
Yeah. Let me oversee all the shit. Let me guarantee a job, and yeah, you can have them. Because if you think about it, I think Warner Brothers can convince Robert Pattinson real easy. It's real easy. You could say, hey, listen, you could be Batman, our Batman, and whatever projects you want to do, you can do them for cheap. You know what I mean? You can do it with us. It doesn't matter. Like real simple. Simple.
You are a Batman. You're my number one.
They seem to be getting along great, which is great for us because we all want this. All right, how do you like a poll? Poll.
No, I think you'd rather have Matt Reeves and James Gunn fight, and you probably take Matt Reeves' side.
Ooh, that Moon Knight got me.
Do you want the Gunverse and the Reeves-verse to merge.
Gunn versus the Reverse to merge. We should call it the.
Let's see. I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see what they're gonna say. I'm guessing they're gonna say no, right?
Yeah, you know what? Gun Reverse. What do we call that universe? The Reeve. Oh,
Yeah. Then.
You can't combine those two names. Gunweave?
Yeah, it's hard. Gunweave.
Yeah. Weave Wonder? No, we.
Yeah, I have no clue.
I don't. You can't do it. I don't think you can find it. You can't come up with something.
Yes. No. Thank you, Blix. Oh, your generosity. Oh, Blix, really. So, thank you so much.
Blix.
I think those are the only two options. Okay. By the way, anyone watching can vote in a poll.
Yay.
Hey, Jonathan. All right. Adam Sphere says if they're that committed, just put him in Batman 2. No, I like the idea of following.
Any info yet on how to not get sprayed?
Still reading.
Your Chromebook Plus can sum it up fast.
Following up on the Penguin with another series. Maybe if they did enough of them, they would start to get a little bit better viewership.
Matt Gunn? Matt? Okay, yeah. Well, there's another active Batman DCU. You mean like
Elise
Batman
says James Gunn
Incorporated?
is doing a pretty good job so far. I'm glad you feel that way. I continue to feel that Creature Commandos wasn't a great start, but I think it's a soft start. I think Superman will truly be the start of the cinematic universe.
Well, no shit, Einstein.
No shit. Yeah. yeah. Well, he said that countless times.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like, yeah.
You know,
that's
Ross
why it's like.
McCartney,
Yeah.
That's an interesting question. Why isn't the cinematographer for Dune on Supergirl? I think comic book movies are in a tough place right now, and I don't think that.
Wait, what did she just say?
You're starting to see more and more people.
I don't know.
Go back.
Elise
She just
says
said something
James Gunn's doing
insanely
pretty
stupid,
for
right?
Dune on Supergirl. I think comic book
Go
movies
back
are
a
in
little bit
tough-
more. She just said it there, and tell me. Okay. Tell me
Elise
what's the
says
problem
James
with
Gunn
what
is
she's
doing
saying
a pretty
here.
good job so far. I'm glad you feel that way. I continue to feel that Creature Commandos wasn't a great start, but I think it's a soft start. I think Superman will truly be the start of the cinematic
When she
universe.
says the Dune cinematographer.
Oh, Dune cinematographer? Oh, yeah, that's...
Yeah, what is the problem with that?
You know,
What is the
Ross
problem with
McCartney, that's
him
an
being
interesting
on
question. Why isn't
Superman?
the
Can someone tell me
cinematographer
what's
for
the
Dune
problem?
on Supergirl? I think comic book movies
And
are in a tough
why
place
is she
right
saying
now,
that's
and I don't
insanely
think that-
stupid?
I think
Isn't it Dune? Dune has one of the best cinematographers.
No, it's not just that. What else? What other movies has this guy done? Why would... Oh, they killed me.
Isn't the cinematographer from the Batman doing Dune Part 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Why would they get the guy who did the Batman to also do Supergirl? Aesthetically, it's going to be the same. And so, doesn't that mean, if that was the case, I mean, that's obviously not the case, but you know what I mean? Like if there's, he's clearly not going to do that.
Zack Snyder has like the same cinematographer for everything, and all his films are just like filmed the same way. Like,
damn, they got me.
Like,
They got me good, man.
I think you're starting to see more and more people not wanting to work on them. So I think that we'll talk about that with Austin Butler. But I think there's a very good chance that you could go to the cinematographer for Dune and say, do you want to work on Supergirl? And he might say no. He's like, I'm doing whatever Denis doing next. Or he wants to work with another great director. You know? I think it's tough.
good lord.
Tyler says people are miffed that they're doing Clayface before Wonder Woman or even Green Arrow. I do think that James Gunn is a little bit too enamored with deep cuts. You know? I mean, like, I appreciate this stuff. I mean, look, I enjoyed Craven because I was, like, the comic book fan and me kicked
Where's
in.
the healer?
The comic book fan kick and you kicked in? I know. I did not watch that movie because that's just, blinded. I'm going to say this publicly
The
again.
comic book fan
The
kick.
movie is so bad, it's not even on pirated sites right now.
Yeah, I heard people are saying that they can't get a ticket because the theater removed the showings for it.
That's true. That's why I haven't gone to the theaters to see it. Because the theater that I go to doesn't have it. And I can't even pirate it because the pirate sites don't even have it. And it's been 3 days. Okay? when a pirate site does not have a movie that's just been released like that, that's not a good sign.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's not
and
a
she
good sign
and
at
she
all.
said Craven, Craven kicked in the comic book fan. I mean, a fucking rhyme here for that movie. It's nothing like the comic book.
Yeah, like out of all the movies, Grace has some strange taste. I mean, it's your opinion, but holy
I saw the
shit!
post credit scene. Chameleon looks so fucking bad. Oh my god!
Damn.
Did you see it?
No.
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Go see it if you can. It's really really bad.
Damn.
Yeah, you don't care, so go see it if you can. If you don't care, just go see it.
Yeah, I don't care.
It really does look bad. It does look bad. The CGI. Oh my god.
Damn, this game is so fluid. Oh, I died right when I said that. You get crazy in this game. It's hard to talk and concentrate at the same time, but I've been doing it. It's crazy.
My spoiler review will go up later today, and there's like so much to discuss about that movie. But
so much, really?
I don't know if it's the best business strategy. I mean, he swears that it is. James Gunn apparently tweeted someone sent me this tweet that he feels that Swamp Thing is so well known you don't even have to do an origin story for the guy. And I'm like, dude.
When did he say that?
I would say that almost nobody who.
When did he say that?
I did not see that.
Where did he see that? When did he say that? That is a crock of shit. If so, someone pull it up so I could see it, because that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Well, not the dumbest thing, but I've heard plenty of dumb things. But
I
I
hear
mean,
a lot of plenty dumb things from her though.
God damn, it's so dumb. Like, there's no way he would have said that. It's like, how is Swamp Thing you would have to do an origin story. In fact, probably the most famous story is really kind of like an exploration of the character. Wouldn't that?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just weird. That's bizarre to me. That's bizarre.
Book fan
totally bizarre.
Knows anything about Swamp Thing. I mean, I think that is a huge assumption. Like Spider-Man, yes. Everybody and their grandma knows how Spider-Man came about. And Batman at this point. You don't need to redo those stories. Superman, I agree. You don't need origin stories for those characters. But I think Swamp Thing, these deep cuts are tough. Psycho, I would like a Gotham City Sirens movie as well, but I worry that James Gunn would want to do it himself, and I don't think he's the right choice for that material.
Why? Oh, is it going to be misogynistic because there's women in it?
J. Jonah Jameson says, where's the Nightwing movie? You know, I got to tell you know who I think? I think Nightwing, because you would need a male character in Gotham City Sirens. I think Nightwing should be in Gotham City Sirens.
Why?
What?
First of all,
why not get a male villain?
Yeah. Teen Titans, first of all.
And yeah, they mess up so bad they can't even do Gotham City Sirens. Holy shit.
Let's see here. David says they need to do body horror Clayface, especially after the success of The Substance. The Substance isn't successful enough for a comic book show, for a comic book movie? What was The Substance box office? Hold on.
Of course,
I mean,
she's always going to go to
for
box
The
office.
Substance
Oh,
once
we
again
can't,
for
we can't.
horror, but let's not
Yeah,
get
but what
carried
happens
away.
if the movie has like a really great idea? Are we just going to sit on it because does
this look centered?
Doesn't have the
Let me see,
box
maybe if I,
office.
just-
Like this idea. This is insanely stupid, right?
She thinks good movies are always determined by box office.
But the thing is, if the movie costs $40 million, that's not they're not expecting comic book movie results. They're not expecting $800-700 million. Why?
No. If they make 300, it's a success. It's a profit. If they make like yeah.
I don't know who Black Panther.
James Gunn said specifically, not every film is going to be high budgeted. He said that. He said not everything's going to be high budgeted.
But again, she always keeps going back to like comparing movies. Like the budget is supposed to be the comparison. It's not, oh, it has a $40 million budget, therefore it now needs to make the same amount as like a Captain America movie. You know, like, where's the sense in that? That's why they gave it a $40 million budget.
Yeah.
If it makes $400 million, that's a massive success for that kind of movie.
It's a huge success. That's a 40 million to 400 million. That's what is that?
That's an insane level of profit. So it's like, well, you know, that would be a success. I'm going crazy with the Pepsi Zero.
That's a huge profit.
Yeah, I feel like Grace is just saying things that.
Is she one of those? Is she one of those people that say, "Good movies always make money"? I mean, it's not the case. I mean, like.
Well, Grace is all over the spectrum. You know, if a movie does bad, then it means the movie itself creatively is bad. You know, but then that doesn't always apply, right? Because look at Craven. Craven is a fucking piece of shit. No one is going to see it. No one is going to go see it.
See, Substance cost 20 million and it made 60 million, so it made 3 times as much as the the budget. That's a profit.
Yeah, but this is the thing, right? She's not going to sit there and explain why the Substance or the idea of Substance as a body horror movie cannot translate to a comic book property.
Oh yeah.
Why? You know, where you know, she's just gonna go, well, it didn't make this amount of money. But maybe it didn't make that amount of money because it didn't have a large marketing budget. Maybe people never even heard of the Substance.
I didn't see any.
There's tons of reasons why a movie might have bombed, so it just seems weird.
For it. I did not see any ads on TV commercials or anything for it.
Right.
I didn't see anything for it. Right.
It just seems kind of weird to always use that as a metric.
She has to understand these smaller films don't get promoted as much, so people don't know about it.
Yeah, I mean, if they knew about it, maybe it would be successful. So I just feel like, and if they take the idea and put it into a comic book movie, obviously, you know, molding it and fitting it and, you know, making it their own idea, but using it as inspiration, maybe the movie would, maybe it could be a successible movie. I mean, a horror.
No. Degrassi, Plastic Man should be comedy. Like, it should be comedy. It should be funny. Plastic Man should be funny.
The Substance made 56 million worldwide, only 16.4 million in the United States. I think body horror is a tough sell. I mean, it's the reason I haven't watched the movie yet. All right. Hold on, I'm going back.
Your reason you haven't watched the movie is because it didn't do well at the box office?
Yeah.
But people tell you it's good, though. People that watch Substance say it was good.
Yeah, it's a highly rated movie. A lot of people say it's best movie of the year. Okay. It's a horror movie.
Yeah, then my point. Here's the thing: a lot of movies that don't do well at the box office are good. Okay. I think she feels like box office determines how good a movie is, and it usually does.
Yeah.
But not every movie, not all movies, right? Not all movies, because there's a bunch of movies that are good that don't do well at the box office.
Hey, Jonathan. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Rashad says they could get different actors or actresses to do cameos that Clayface can morph into. Oh, yeah, that's fun. But I don't know. I mean, how much money do they want this to cost?
$40 million.
You got to pay people to show up. Gerardo says, to sell the show, I'd say it's Mystique on steroids. I like the idea of a male Mystique. That was one of the things I liked about the chameleon in the Craven movie, although he's used very sparingly there. Connor says, see reception of Clayface and Batman 2 first before doing a movie. You know, because that's what they did with the Penguin, a soft launch. That's a very good idea, Connor. Way to put your business hat on. And then Riley says, Clayface before Ivy is criminal. I think Poison Ivy is a difficult character to do, and also right now, she's just so heavily tied with Harley Quinn. And then Yaya says,
no. The thing is, she's so heavily tied with Harley Quinn, but this is the Matt Reeves universe. That has nothing to do with what's going on in the comics or the Harley Quinn show. You could do it.
Right.
Like, if you could do. The thing is, you could do Poison Ivy in the Batman universe. If you do Poison Ivy, you could make her as a female fatale, toxic seductress doctor, who is an eco-terrorist, trying to get her way. You could do that. I don't know if that's a movie. That could be a TV show, something like that. But it can be done. Poison Ivy can be done. I mean, she could create perfumes. She could create all this shit. To poison people, to kill people. I mean, you could do that. Poison Ivy is a character that's able to be used in the Batman universe. Okay, it's not a different. It's a different situation, Mr. Freeze Gun. Okay, and we're not talking about the fantastic elements out of the way with the plants. Here we're controlling the plants. So you could do Poison Ivy. And we agreed on this, Brian. You could find a way to do Poison Ivy in the Matt Reeves universe. Like.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
They should merge after the Batman 3. They should.
Yeah, Degrassi, exactly.
Okay. All right, let's see here. Let me end the poll. Miss Kuka, that has nothing to do with what you're talking about. But I'm glad Ariana Grande wants to focus on. She mentioned focusing on acting for the foreseeable future. Do you think she'll transition to prestige roles? I think she's going to do things that are a good fit for her. All right, so do you want the Gunverse and the Reevesverse to merge? This is fascinating. You're so divided. Only 56% of you vote yes. Well, 43% of you vote no. You must be doing it because you want to protect the Reevesverse. That's interesting. That's how CM feels.
That was so fun.
Great thing for James Gunn. I think they need to merge. I think it's too confusing to not have them merge. I'll tell you that. All right.
As I kept saying, I don't think it's because it would be confusing.
It's still there. Yeah.
I
like the Matt Reeves side, but I find James.
I think audiences will pick the Batman that they like.
Yeah.
Just like I mean, this is the thing, right? We comic book fans and normal moviegoers also have this argument of who is the best Batman. What Batman do they prefer? So why would you want to give people options? To me, that doesn't make sense. And people could talk about this else. This is the thing that I don't understand. And this is the point that I was kind of trying to making when RJ was on. They keep talking about Elseworld stories, but let's be honest. The stories that we've gotten are not what we would really define an Elseworld story. An Elseworld story is like an alternate universe take, and it's a radical departure from the character. And realistically, the only movie that fit that idea was The Joker. And even then, it's not really an Elseworld. Like when someone says Elseworld, I think of, The Dark Knight Returns or Red Sun, right? Or the stuff that they do with DC Black. Things that are out of continuity that you couldn't do in continuity because it's so radically different from continuity, right? And so we really haven't gotten a string of movies where that is the case. Like, we got the DCEU, and people always point to that. Well, it's like an Elseworld. But it's like, but that was supposed to be the main continuity. And so you couldn't do they tried to do the Dark Knight Returns Batman, but it doesn't work as the main continuity Batman. Because he's supposed to have the Bat family. So I don't know about this idea of an Elseworld stuff. Like, we need a lot of them to be successful before we could say general audiences do like this stuff. Pointing to the Joker and being like, well, the Joker works, so therefore, we should do more. I don't, it's like, I don't know. That's not really like a great example, in my opinion.
I agree.
Too vulgar or niche as a casual DC fan. Well, that's my issue as well. I've long said that I think that James Gunn is a little bit niche in his appeal when he's not held back as he was clearly by Kevin Feige. Superman is a real test for his sensibilities.
He wasn't really held by Kevin Feige, though.
So we'll see how he does. He certainly picked the right source material. Although I have to tell you, I think that All-Star Superman is the worst choice that you could pick to adapt for the mainstream audience. All-Star Superman is very highly regarded.
Where's my team?
An extremely highly regarded comic for sure, but I think it's just too complex for casuals. I think that I would not have based anything on that, to be honest with you, and that makes me nervous.
Too complex for casuals. Then it's the filmmaker's job to make it for the.
What is complex for casuals? I didn't catch that part.
All-Star Superman, to adapt. So then it's the filmmaker's job.
But it's not it's not an adaptation though. It's an inspiration.
I'm just saying. Then it's up to the filmmaker to make it. It's up to the filmmaker. Everybody's working on the film to make it, to make to make it for the casuals to understand.
Right.
It's not up to the casuals to do their homework on that. It's up to the casuals. The directors cannot even you're right. It's inspiration. It's not going to be direct adaptation, but it's not up to the casuals to read All-Star Superman. It's up to the filmmakers to make the casuals understand what the movie they're making.
Okay. I think James Gunn is making stuff, as I've said many times before, for people at the back of the comic book store.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's fine, but that's a small audience. And I think that's probably who he interacts most with online and who he is personally. But I think Kevin Feige understands the casual fan. And also I think Kevin Feige, that's an interesting distinction. I think Kevin Feige wants to bring the love of comic book stories to the general public. Whereas I think James Gunn wants to represent what comic book stories are to comic book fans. One is outward, like an expansion, and one is...
Here's the thing with Marvel. The casual fans haven't caught on lately to the recent people. And the casual fans are the ones... the casual fans, 2023 was not a good year for Marvel. Besides Guardians, casual fans they're the ones losing interest in MCU. The reason MCU has been getting this rep as boring, Marvel fatigue. It's from the casual fans. Okay, that's the reason why. And Grace, it's not really a fair comparison comparing Kevin Feige to James Gunn. Kevin Feige has a whole almost 2 decades of this. James Gunn is just
James Gunn is just starting.
Yeah.
To do this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And again, James Gunn is the creative person. He's making the creative decision. So I feel like, I'm going to judge him more creatively than the business part.
You know the difference is James Gunn is actually getting people who work on the comics to be who actually the people like Tom King and others that actually work on some on the films and TV shows. Kevin Feige, from my knowledge, barely does that. Mm-hmm. Doesn't get people that actually wrote the comics that they're inspired some of the comics from. I believe he doesn't really get them working involved. And and the thing is, Gunn is getting established directors. Feige will rarely get established directors. He'll get them once in a while, but he usually gets directors where he can control. Mm-hmm. Like you look at the directors James Gunn has, right? There's James Gunn. Right? Mike Flanagan, the guy who's doing Supergirl. If James Mangold is doing something, Look at that. They're not getting a guy who's done one or two movies and done a couple TV shows to direct a DC movie. Where Kevin Feige kind of does that. He'll get somebody who's done one or two shows or one or a couple of shows or whatever, and direct one or two movies. And you want to do a Marvel movie? Look at that. James Gunn. The thing about Feige, I think he does care about quality, but I don't think it's important. I don't think quality is important as where quality is more important than James Gunn. I think James Gunn quality is the most important thing for him. But I don't think Feige knows, because Feige knows. I mean, Avengers Doomsday could be the fucking worst movie in 2026. But anybody gonna be worried that's not gonna make $1 billion? I'm not. Even if it's shit. Yeah, Degrassi.
Pulling back in to the core. So that's really interesting.
Are you moving on yet?
Henry says Matt Reeves has a very grounded Batman. That likely would not work in a universe with aliens, magic, and speedsters. Too bad. It has to work.
It has to work.
I also don't want a really grounded Batman. I don't want a Batman that can't have Mr. Freeze or Poison Ivy. You know, it's too grounded.
Fuck.
Okay.
Poison Ivy. These people don't
That's right,
think.
CM. Comic books are niche. The sales on comic books are so low when you compare it to video game sales, movie ticket
sales of comic books are so low even when the MCU was at its height. When the when MCU was a dominant force in the movie industry, comics weren't selling that well either, right, Blinded?
Yeah.
The comics were not doing that good.
Damn, they got I almost killed Hawkeye. Almost.
Like, come on, Grace. It's not like a race like some people think, but if it were, it would be it wouldn't be fair one, because one winner has 17-year head start. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
sales, television streaming viewership. Comic books
It was
are
a good match.
niche
I'm gonna
fandom.
hold on. I'm gonna be back. Give me a second.
And people, I think, need to realize that. Although
I didn't
think
realize
it's
it
sad that
took
they've lost
30
control
minutes
of their own
about this
industry
shit.
because
Oh my
Hollywood has
God.
realized how much money is in them. We should move on to the next topic. Okay. Good point, Kay Walton. All right.
Yeah, she said that. Yeah. Oh, I think she's moving on.
Where's my arrow? All
Yeah,
right. Story number 2.
All right, she's moved on to the next subject. I don't care about what the next subject. I'll wait till Blender comes back. I'll be right back too. My avatar's missing. So yeah, okay. Now I'm back from the dead. I'm back from the dead. I'm kidding. I'm not back from the dead. Oh, this woman. It's making me crazy. Man, what is she gonna say about?
I am back.
What is this woman? We blinded. We have to do
Wait, what? Say that again.
the Superman trailer. If it does come out this week and she does do a breakdown on it, we have to do
Yeah.
a scoop together on her and break.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder if she will do a breakdown, or will she be petty and
She'll
just
do
say,
it.
"Well, nobody likes it," or
I think-
some bullshit like that.
I think she'll do it. I think she'll do it. She has to, right? Like, I think she has to. She'll do it. She'll probably. I mean, I'll. You know what? Maybe I'll watch it first and see if I like it or not. He didn't do a stream on it.
Oh fuck! Hold on.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, RJ. It's gonna be very cringe. It's gonna be cringe. I bet she's gonna compare it to the Man of Steel trailer. I wonder if she's gonna like bring it compare it to the Man of Steel trailer. I mean, I don't remember much of the Man of Steel trailer, so whatever.
Where did that Venom go?
It's gonna be unbearable. It's gonna be unbearable when she does that. She does that. She does Superman trailer, man. It's gonna be. We'll see how biased she really. I mean, we'll see more of her. We'll see how far her bias goes towards James Gunn. But how long have we been streaming? Almost 3 hours. Oh, a little over 3 hours. Yeah, because
3 hours, really? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Did I join here 3 hours?
Pretty much for most of it.
What? What the hell? This game's addictive. No way. Oh my god,
I think
I'm losing
we
it.
focus like a 1 hour Campea, and we focus like a 2 hours on Grace.
Holy shit.
What if for the next 5-10 years DC2 release one banger after another? I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think that's impossible. We're gonna have a banger after a bang for 5 or 10 years.
DC?
I think it's impossible.
I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I wouldn't put it past him, but I mean, who really knows? That's hard to do, right?
Yeah, because not even Marvel could do that, right?
Yeah. Get out of there.
All right, go follow Blinded on his channel. He's live right now.
No, I'm not live right now. I'm just playing. No.
Oh, okay. He's not streaming. Okay, he's not streaming.
I'm just playing. Yeah.
Okay, Blinded, where can they find you?
You can find me Blinded Braille YouTube on YouTube.
All right,
at
yeah.
YouTube.
He does stream, so when he does,
Yeah.
and you can find me here, man. Don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Don't know what I'm gonna do Tuesday. Don't know what I'm gonna do Wednesday. Thursday I'll probably do the Superman trailer when it drops. So if we talk about breakdown, I don't know, whatever.
Damn,
Oh, yeah, I know I'm doing
got me.
Tuesday. I'm gonna talk about Skeleton Crew episodes 3 and 4 together. That's what I'm doing Tuesday.
Okay. Damn, I wanted to keep going. Maybe I should stream to talk about some stuff.
Go ahead. I mean, I'm gonna take a shower now.
This is a late night though.
I
Late
know.
night streaming.
Well, it's a good thing I started early because if I started like at 10 o'clock, we'd be here at 1 o'clock.
Yeah. Damn.
What do you think I started early today, man?
Yeah. They got me though. They just got me. I have 8 kills though.
All right, yeah. So I gotta take a shower, guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below. All right, guys.